and just move around. There's no reason not to. All right, so last thing we're going to talk about is how to deal with the adds at the end of the fight. One of the 2 reasons people have even attempted to not do Nicholas last is because a lot of guilds tanks, let's be real, kind of struggle with doing tank stuff like kiting or just living in general. And both tanking this last ad for a long time and kiting it, just you can argue whether you think it should be this way or not. It kills the shit out of people. Okay, people die a lot to kiting and tanking this ad. So what you can do now with here, and I would suggest you doing if you don't think you're I mean, honestly, I would recommend killing the first ad anyway, because a lot of times you'll be like doing too much damage where you'll push them too fast, especially if you hold 2 minutes. When this tank ad comes in, just have like half your raid swap to it, or people that have really bad target swapping or something swap to it, or do really good cleave and can just cleave off of it. You just want it dead in a little bit so they don't have to use too many CDs. And here's why, right? We killed it on this pull. All right, we're gonna get recital here. The first ad's already dead. And the general strat everyone uses, which I'm just gonna go ahead and assume, is you guys see this Castellan's Cadre or whatever in 13 seconds that spawns the second ad? You want that to go off because if the cast starts or it finishes, it's either going to juice the cast like you're gonna see in this video. Again, you don't need to juice it. Spawning the ad is perfectly fine because you get to kill it in the intermission. Do not push before this cast. If you're doing it in farm and you're just ripping the boss and killing it fast, it doesn't matter. But like here, so we actually get lucky. We have this attendant, and we actually almost pushed it too fast because you want it to cast, right? So I'm sitting here screaming, stop DPS, stop DPS, stop DPS, and he barely gets the cast off. We got a dancing fever for it, but that's worth it. Okay, we can just slowly jump it in intermission. I'll play this VOD later, and you can like hear me call it on how to like jump it singularly in his face, right? So we cast it, but it never goes off. So we actually, that ad never spawns. But again, it's not really relevant. Here, I'll actually just play this so you can listen. Fearful, off heal if you can. Trill. Did you spirit shell that so you won't have it out again?
I haven't done so.
Okay, good. Fearful.
I think so.
Oh, I think the ad did get. Yeah. Actually, I don't know how that mechanic works.
Yeah, it happened like last week.
Oh, okay, so we just slowly jumped in the intermission and it's like just fine, right? So just to know you can do that. And then also if it spawns, we're gonna let me mute it. Sorry. After this, a lot of people kite this next ad, which is fine too. But I promise you, if you wipe 2 times to this ad killing your tank and he's unable to kite it from 25 to 0 or however much it is, just fucking kill the next ad too. I promise you, there's nothing more tilting than a tank wipe. When everyone's doing it right, and again, the tank job isn't necessarily easy, but like, you know, you will ruin your group's like morale and everything if you just keep, everyone gets this super long last phase, then you have the last like, you know, 20, we're really low here because our group's really weird, but like, let's say you spawn this ad at 25-30%, you have to kite that thing for a decent amount of time, right? So it's much better to just kill it if it's killing your tank. You can still kill this boss. The only difference is you have to deal with these next dancing fevers. But in my opinion, that's not a huge issue dealing with the dancing fevers, because you usually have CDs up and there's nothing else going on. So that's all the individual stuff about the fight. And I'm gonna run through the fight just full with you one time, not this VOD, but a different one. And I'm going to just kind of run through the fight one by one, and then I'll paste in a alternate strategy, different thing.
I'm gonna let so many people just wait for them to get to raid, see how long it takes.
All right, I'll do our rat raid. I think our rat raid does the best. We'll just do that fight. I don't know what happens here. This is actually the 3rd group we've killed Stone Legion Generals with. It was the last raid we did on Tuesday. It is a rat group, and we will watch this full to 0, and I'll kind of just go over all the things so you can see it in real time. So I don't know if we have any of our druids. I think one of our druid does do the first thing on Dutiful Tenant. Yep, Sang is going back, so Sang should kill it. First Dancing Fever, so I'm gonna focus here. Okay. Thank you for the tier 3 little Tommy Tucker. I gotta mute that for now. Darn it. Okay. So, thank you for the tier 3. You just made it into a YouTube video. We have, for the first Dancing Fever, I use nothing but an AMZ ever. It never needs more than that. Spirit Shell and AMZ is fine. If you don't have Spirit Shell, AMZ alone is just fine. You don't have to jump them as fast as we did, but that was, that is generally how it's done. First Dutiful Tenant, we did the thing that we talked about. Darker Side, again, the first part of this fight is pretty easy. It's just like a little bit of a damage check. Again, healers can damage a lot here. This is one of the shortest phases in the fight. The 2 shortest phases are this one, 150 before the first dance, and then after the 3rd dance, killing the last boss 50 to 0. The 2 like shortest part of the fights because it's only 50% before a dance, and it's a haste buff for the later one too. But on the pull, it's like kind of above because you have all your CDs, right? So it's generally not like that. we push before the attendant. If you push after this attendant, that's fine. I would recommend not killing it if you get it, and pushing Frida and then killing the attendant right after. It's not ideal, but it's way better than a redeal with that recital. The reason why is because after this, and I'll kind of skip ahead. I don't need to talk about the dance. Just do it. I will say, fun fact though, one of our officers of our guild blurted out in the middle of council reclear last week. I kid you not, he said, "Wait, did you guys realize that there's squares on the ground?" And somehow we get world first. So, end of the dance, we come back in. If you guys end up killing that last dutiful attendant before the phase, you will have this recital up in like 4 seconds, and it's much harder to deal with these dancing fevers before recital. I don't know if we deal with it in this poll, but I just want to go over this. Is obviously just an AMZ, nothing else, for this first dancing fever coming out of the phase. Yeah, so it was all done before Dark Recital. If you have Dark Recital at the same time as Fever, have one person who does not have Recital jump theirs to make use of the Spirit Shell before it times out, and then have people jump after it and place their CDs after. It's kind of shitty to delay the stuff, but it has to happen. Just because doing the jumps during it is bad. If you're doing Dancing Fevers right before Dark Recital, don't ask why, but people will keep jumping when it comes out and just die just standing in it, so I really recommend doing it after it's ever close. This attendant is the other one in the fight. If you want to, a lot of Moonkins correctly, for damage, save their Convoke as a 3-minute cooldown for double unuse and just for general RCA, right? What you can do is save your second Convoke, use it at the 2-minute 17 marker, and use it on this attendant, just like you do on the pole. It's better for the fight because when you use it at the 3-minute marker with your CA again, which is what you would do in like a 5-minute sim scenario, it's going to be going between two bosses that you don't know. It's a really bad cooldown. So it actually is better to use your second Convoke on the 2-minute marker here on this attendant. Again, small buff to your group, but that is a very big cooldown. Second time it's up. I wouldn't recommend doing it for attendance for the entire rest of the fight though, because it's just not really helpful. We don't do it here. Okay, so here's an example. So we have Dark Recital and Dancing Fever. I don't know if I call it in this, because I haven't really watched this, but I probably tell one person to jump. That doesn't have Recital, so Trill jumped his before the Recital. So exactly right. Then after that, you would drop on this one. I prefer to do Barrier and AMZ. You can do more than 2 cooldowns here. For example, I could use... They would all be up in time. I could use Driny Spirit Link. I could use one other thing here instead of saving for the next one again. Except for the beginning and the end of the fight, you need to plan for having CDs for every Dancing Fever, right? The second and third one of the phase are usually with High Oppressive Atmosphere and usually with Waiters killing you. So that's where you want to have heavier cooldowns, and it's why you only use AMZ on the first one. I always, for whatever reason, the second one of every phase, I just love using AMZ and Barrier. I think it's enough to pretty quickly jump them without overusing it. Again, because I have 2 Spirit Links, I could have used one here, knowing Drinies will be up for the next one. I always choose not to. The reason why is you can still kill this boss with casts going off, and using a Spirit Link there would have been effectively worthless. Again, a lot of people think to just get it on cooldown. Now, if you're doing this, and it's easier for you as a raid leader to just say, hey guys, use it on these CDs and not think about it, that's totally fine, I get it, but I'm just telling you, if you're doing it completely optimally on this fight, you kind of YOLO CDs a bit, because sometimes you're really healthy and sometimes you're not. Notice here how we go to the middle as well, because the dancing, see how that let us group up on these waiters? That's kind of what I was talking about earlier, where even if you don't have grips, you can still kill this time. And you see how our tank here is kiting the attendant, or started to. He's already lower because he had to run a little bit farther, and he moved him out for that half side.
You reach out to the other army?
Dancing Fever is going to happen here again. This one I choose because you're going to have them up during the hardest part of the fight. I actually prefer to use a ton of cooldowns here. I don't know what I use, but I'm going to guess. I call for TP's AMZ, one Spirit Link, Nyx Evo, and Bertle's Rally, although I might have held Bertle's Rally in case you missed a kick. Again, I haven't rewatched this. They come out, TP AMZ, Nyx Evo, Driny Spirit Link, Bertle's Rally, exactly. So I use a lot there, and I jump them all instantly with all those CDs, so we can get a clean push into the phase and focus on waiters. Summon Dutiful Attendant here. Already beat that, okay. So, interesting here. We actually got one of the worst timings you can get, which is the recital's going to happen like basically right as the phase starts, which is really, really awkward for healing, but not too bad.
Hopefully I'll die.
No way he'll die.
Someone in chat says, I was a healing officer in a pretty low-ranked guild. Healers get real salty if you hold their CDs because it hurts their overall HPS, the life of casual guilds. Well, I'm talking about damage reduction CDs, which won't even show up on logs, even though they should.
Oh, you guys made a lot of progress.
Just as bad.
Put 10 progress.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in a situation like that, what can you do? You know, have them rip it on cooldown. It'll be a little worse, but fuck it.
Let me. So.
I mean, if you'd like to be clear, I mean.
How much are you trying to do?
Sometimes you just make do with what you can get. That's fine. Okay, so the Dark Recital here is going to have it almost instantly, so you want to instantly sack, right? So you can kill an Attendant during Dark Recital here. Wonder if we type it. Let me get a Wall to Blood during it. This is like so many mechanics, right? So we wait until after all this is over to jump. It's like one of the... Pushing not at this time is definitely preferred.
Well,
So that's the point in the fight where if I have, again, THP is bent here, so you don't have 2 A-bombs limbs. If you have 2 DKs, my preference is that you use 1 A-bomb limb off of the cooldown on 2 minutes and actually save the other one for the turn. During the rest, don't use it right away, wait for the respawn. I'll kind of tell you the timing, and it's so you can get 2 grips of ads. Again, you don't usually use the A-bombs limb, so I'm getting it on cooldown later. Spreading them out is just good, just for general inclusion. If you have 1 DK, obviously.
I have a level 60 hunter as well. It's not geared,
Dutiful
but I
Attendant
do
here.
play the dirty hunter.
This is okay. So there is another strat to this, and it's kind of a slower strat. If you're having trouble with the burn, you can try it. And you don't do it this frequently. But what it does, it involves killing the next Dutiful Attendant. 30 seconds if your damage is much lower than ours. You kill the Dutiful Attendant, then you go in clean, and you have like no Dutiful Attendant forever. So you can like burn the boss so low. In fact, every time we've done it, even on accident with like people having deaths, it's almost like 2 so much strong. I don't know if I recommend it because it also gets So we just got a servant to spawn, and now we're getting it. Right there, we use barrier and AT again. That's the second one. Now for the next one, we can just rip it again. Right? So the next dancing fever we get, next Evo, Driny Spirit.
Yeah, I mean, if you just want to get...
And again, we could have had maybe Spirit Link that one. We could have had the same amount of uses in a fight. It's just,
I
I would much rather have maybe Spirit Link
like, there's like
in case someone misses a kick, we can get 2
6 people above me right now.
Oh shit, there's also weird timing in this fight. It didn't happen there, but sometimes when the ad knocks you back, notice we kill the ads now. We don't affect them. Sometimes we just like target them, but I think with all tanks and DKs and stuff like
That quieted the room real good.
Attack Recital here.
What time for it?
Again, I would recommend holding all every 2 or 3 minutes for you getting this video.
Tank was gonna be looking at it.
Everything before this, you can honestly like in 1 pull you can get this. Dancing Fever again, this is like all those cities. Again, we have really clean raiders. If you have a bunch of raiders out right here, you want to jump these next ones really slow.
Whoa. That's the combo.
So here, notice this wasn't as clean as the last example. That ad finished at 55%. It's fine if the ad cast. Just if you have a tank, ask them to bring it to the middle of the room like our tank does. Just so everyone in the room, or to the best of their ability, will be able to tank. Never determined if this was a bug that this happened, but it's how everyone ended up killing me. So, I've always found that pretty funny.
Thank you for the directional arrow.
Is that why you were so pushy?
And then after this, it's pretty simple. If you use your 2 minutes at the beginning of the phase, they come up like 30 seconds, 40 seconds in the phase, I think. And you can use it for like the end of the fight to burn.
He doesn't handle solitude well.
Yeah, the ads stay during the intermission, and it gets written, and it like pushes the spawn back to the next one too, obviously.
I don't know where to go with this.
You can also have the ad never spawn, which I showed earlier.
There's no opening anywhere.
Well, there's a song you can sing.
Okay, so stacking up for Recital here. So again, you don't want to jump these until after. I probably call one person
No,
to
you know
jump.
the bonus song?
It's like Spirit's Mage. To make use of the Spirit Shell, because of when they stack it, it'll actually expire.
This is why we have so much trouble
Like a
finding
couple
red
seconds from now, usually.
You have red let me just say.
Okay, so they're kiting the Attendant. If you like move back and forth a little bit, it just messes up its live. We spawn the 3rd ad, so we spawn the 3rd ad at 25%. If your guild is behind, I would say, again, it depends on your trust in your tank. You can kite this ad forever. And I could maybe have a link in the description of
we
this
use in
video
our build
that
is multispectral.
shows you a lot of
Okay,
dark
so
kiting
you
and
get
on
on my
I
level,
think it's really repeatable and probably he was YOLOing it, but it's probably as good as but if you're wiping multiple times in a row to your tank kiting, just stop wiping with that.
I would like
and
to
kill
see your
it. Still
frost
crush boss.
second.
So we spawned at like 22%, right?
I mean, on my pallet.
At this point, I would definitely kite it because the boss is so low. But some guilds will get this cast like 30 or 35%. If that happens, fucking kill the ad. I promise you, a pug tank is gonna wipe to kiting that ad from 35 to 0.
I was about to say there's
like
tons of
80%
EP,
of the time.
I can link.
So just
Don't
tons
put
of it
yourself
on the
in that
internet.
position. And then you kill it. Easy. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention about waiters. You guys can stun them, especially during dancing fever jumps.
there.
Helps the
He
shit.
has a skull in his head, so
You can just actually stun the raid damage.
So I was staying over here to convoke.
yeah, you'll only hit the mater.
I don't know, the limit
Oh,
was showing
and then
that
the
when we
weird
come
timing
back
I was
here,
talking
you look
about,
for
it
the
didn't
10
happen
build.
here, but it depends on when you
Is it
push the
10
boss.
It always runs it from the middle or something?
There's a timing where you get knocked back from the ad. Oh, dude, it happened off screen when I was working with Slightly Tilted, so I don't know a lot of it. I know it's happened to us before, where you get knocked back. See, right here we get knocked back, and then it does Dark Recital. You can have Dark Recital be cast on you, and it can go off literally right now as you get knocked back. 3, 2, 1, Dark Recital's out. All you do here is, again, you just do anything to live. Literally don't work any damage at all, pop every personal. Obviously try to get with your partner, but just like run towards the boss slowly and step by step and try to get with your partner and go through it.
Just died.
A lot of people wiped to that. We have killed it. In fact, Slightly Tilted
I'm
last
assuming.
kill
I'm assuming he's actually.
did have that happen. Like, absolutely
No,
no doubt.
actually.
And again, you may never see it, and you may see it all the time. It just totally depends on your guild's like actual damage. Right? Okay, so I think that's it. Chad, do you think this is why I did this on stream? I want to
before I give any final things to it, I want to know if you guys think there's anything you still want to ask about this fight, or if there's anything I missed. Is the overlap a case of low damage? Honestly, I don't know. I assume so. We never see it in our main raid. We see it in our alt raid, so just by that, probably. Isn't it easier if you go free to last? I don't think it's easier. I've shown that in the thing. Here, I'll explain why.
Since we're waiting on errors, I'm just going to start explaining a few of the particulars here. The idea, everybody knows about the attendant, and then he'll shield the boss. Obviously, this is bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to position the tank and then the primary target roundish here. Vax will figure out where Nicholas is going in a second. And then the idea is for our two boomkins at the moment to position themselves where they are outside of Nicholas's or outside of the primary target's range, so that they will convoke and all their convoke damage will go straight attendant. Hopefully this will kill it or nearly kill it enough so that we don't have any too much time of the shield that makes. So that's one of the most important things to pay attention to at the beginning. Secondary, I'll talk about waiters. Basically at this point we're going to have boss around here-ish, a little closer, and both of our DKs are going to grip both of our DKs are going to grip the two waiters that will come from approximately here-ish. So orange and yellow. They'll pull both of them in on top of the boss. We'll AoE them down, and then some of the dancing guys come from the sky as typical. And what will happen is Thrax and Vax will pull the mob or the bosses into the middle of the map. It's approximately where I'm standing now, and that will be on top of approximately the 4 other ads. So the idea is that we will all be standing over here, so that we're all on top. Range is not just randomly spread. We want to be on top. That way the other 4 waiter ads will come into us and they'll finally be in range to attack us when they're approximately in the middle of the map. You guys are all positioned randomly over here. They're going to be all spread, and that's a problem. So that's our waiter situation. I have been posting a week aura for the Dancing Fever. I will post it again. Okay, this is our Dancing Fever week aura. What this will do is it will tell us, you know, if you have the Dancing Aura or Dancing Fever. Yeah, Sadie will get it. There's that. It'll tell you if you have the Dancing Fever and basically who else has the Dancing Fever and the number of stacks that they have. What happens for the Dancing Fever, this is a new Mythic mechanic, is that that 5 people will get it, each will have 3 stacks, and when you jump, one of those stacks will disappear. I have put in a significant number of raid cooldowns in the ERT, all surrounding Dancing Fever. Okay, but the most important raid cooldowns are obviously going to be our AMSs, which we have on every single AMZ, thank you. AMZ on every single one of our Dancing Fevers, and our Spirit Shell, which we have on every single Dancing Fever. So basically, when those come down, right, we have it on every single one, right? Lush and Russian, that makes sense timing-wise. 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
It's 45 seconds.
Is it 2 minute cooldown?
Is it 2?
2 minute cooldown, though. So I'm good with my timing. Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Yep.
Okay, good. So the point is that when you see the anti-magic zone go down, that's when people should start doing their jumping and rotation. That doesn't mean all 5 of you just jump at the same time. You know, whoever's at the top of the list, you jump, and then the next person jumps, and every couple of seconds somebody's going to jump 2 or 3-ish at a time. The idea here is it doesn't actually do damage, I think, and if it does very little, but the point is you'll have stacks at the end of the cast timer, the 30-second timer. When the debuff goes away, you simply just die. But you don't want to just do it instantly. You want to make sure that Spirit Shell is up. You want to make sure that Anti-Magic Zone is up. Every time we transition between bosses, so every time one of the bosses dies, it resets the entire cooldown. So it's approximately not every time every time it dies, and also every single time we transition at 50%, it resets that cooldown. So it'll do a Dancing Fever approximately 5-ish seconds after that from happening. So depending on our speed of killing the bosses, these timings might not be perfect. But if you notice here, it takes into account some of the transitions, which is why it's not every minute. There's sometimes a minute and 15 seconds in between, but it might not be perfect based on our actual kill time. All I want to explain at the moment, unless Vax, you think there's anything else we should write down. Oh no, I need the movement for that other weak aura. Get it out. We have one more weak aura, which is our movement weak aura. If everybody gets that one, that'd be good too. I'm about to post it.
Oh wait,
it's our dark recital weak aura. So everybody will be staying on top of each other, okay? And essentially what's going to happen is when dark recital's cast, normally what we've been doing on heroic is that we go to our target, the red beams get small, and simply you run some random direction with your target. In Mythic, you can't really do it that way. What's going to happen is that, let's say Vax is the boss. Convenient. I will be the raid. And if I get a green right arrow, I'm going to slowly proceed around the boss like so. Okay? And it'll go about 270 degrees. And then the cast will be completed. The other people that get the red arrow going to the right will just simply go to the right just here so that the first puddle doesn't hit them, and then they just stand here, and then they can proceed back to the standard point just to feel comfortable, but essentially you should not have to move from this point. That is all I'm discuss. You can't
If we're doing that side strat.
Okay, so where do you think the boss needs to be to have you? cannot.
You need to be basically another wall.
I can't. I cannot raise your volume any. Okay.
Has to be 45 yards from where we're at.
So I
45
think the
yards
reason
from
why
you.
Eldron was citing this spot, because this spot is the spot. I mean, I don't know why Eldron, but this spot, for whatever its reason, is where the limit guide has them.
But it has the boomies convoking from back here, though, on
and
that
it has
video.
boomies converting back in the back of the room. So if you pull this
Okay,
away,
the ad spawns on the front then, gets completely irrelevant.
Correct.
So you're RNGing this and doing that strategy.
That would be RNGing it. So let's just do it from here for now, and then maybe on transition for waiters, we'll pull it
so
straight to
where's
skull.
here, Eldron?
Sorry, in the middle.
Well, like if you move it to where... Let's see where someone is.
Are we not 45
If you
yards?
move it to where Vax is.
Yeah, this is
That's
why I
fine.
moved back here, because this is I had you targeted, and this is like 50 yards away from you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So where
I'd-
Vax is
I'd
is
take
fine.
like 4 steps
Okay,
forward to
perfect.
Vax.
You don't move it across the room, it needs to be further back, and that means Ferb can stand there and I can stand on the opposite side here.
So then my question I have is, which side of this mess will the range be? Because imagine the boss is on skull. Not range. Will the entire raid be towards the center or towards the front?
I think we should be towards the front. So that
Okay,
if
so
we
you're-
need to, we can
That's
turn.
fine. You're
if
flipping
we
180
attend it.
degrees. It just
Right.
means Nicholas will run in this area that we're in. Put a mark on my head. So like Nicholas is basically tanks on top of the other two, right? And we just run him parallel like this. And normally when we were looking at the limit guide, they were tanking where I'm jumping now with a circle on my head, and Nicholas was in the front and he was going across the room like this.
Yeah. So the only thing
So
is,
I'm just asking, are you flipping the whole thing so Nicholas, who's dangerous, will be on the other side, more towards the center, or are you gonna?
yes, let's do it that way.
Okay, all right.
And the only reason this position is very convenient, Vax, is because you can do 2 grips on the waiters when we get to that phase.
Yeah.
And then when you transition back to the middle, like what we used to, or excuse me, what we do when the dancing guys come down from the sky, so that we're no longer in range of them. That's when we're then on top of the other 4 waiters.
Yeah.
So I think
So
that
the only issue that I see with this later on is that if we put Nicholas towards the middle, cleaving this way, if the raid has to run past him, which I think you are having them come back to the middle at one point, they're going to run right in the line of fire. So you need to make sure the timings don't happen if it's happening at the same time. Versus if he's on the other side, like where I am now, they're always running away from the deadly spot.
got it.
So
I don't know the answer to that question until I see it.
okay, fair enough. So just keep an eye on that, and we can position either way. I think it's not like, it seems like it's not like heroic. We don't hold them off to the side, we literally hold them in a 53. And
Right,
just
that's
the Nicholas tank is like 5 feet out to the left, and just as important to do like the 90 degrees perpendicular to the raid thing.
You mean the Stavros tank, yeah. Yeah, for the
Stavros?
lunge.
The guy that does the lunge, sorry.
Yeah, Stavros,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
calling him Nicholas tank, but yeah.
I know what you mean though.
So, guys, it's FSN.
Fox Sport Network.
Right. Fox Sports.
Repeat that one
Is
more
now
time.
Disney. Now Disney Sports.
Beast.
Sorry, I was AFK. Can you repeat the fight description one more time?
Yeah, you just pretty much stand on skull and don't get clear.
Panda, are you logged in? Replace Luke?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm just
Just
kidding.
messing around. How about replacing Lush?
No.
Dude, I only listen for my name. I don't.
I know. I
listen
saw.
for something.
That was.
Wait.
It was a bad timing joke because you actually were listening.
So basically, from what I got from that, it's a tank and spank fight and just kill the boss.
You do a bunch of gripping.
Don't worry
Have
about Lush.
you, Lush? Have you and Russian worked out right and left grips?
Nope.
I mean, it depends if they're righty or lefty, I guess.
Just FFA it.
All right, we're off to a great start. Okay.
Because if we say right or left, then we're gonna get into discussion on whether it's the right of the boss or right of the doorway, which way you're facing. You know?
Dude, I have like a mark.
There's 2 marks
Choose
right there.
fucking
Choose which one
star
you
or
want.
circle.
Lucy should be circle because Russian is a star.
No. The dark recital is going to be around the boss in a circle using the weak aura that I have sent everybody. I'm gonna send it again. Just here it is. Just again. Make sure.
Please
And now
confirm tanks can't get it.
not get it.
No, we let Vax kill it. That's how we kill bosses. We all die and Vax kills it.
3 people without that weak aura.
Also, make sure you guys are Vanticing.
I'm not sure if that's actually true. Vax, I assume. Oh, you don't need it.
No, we can't get it. Rex, this is me. Wait, get what? Okay.
Can we not get? But
That is true. We actually had After Raider live this week.
Hop, do you need any advantage? Is that what's going on?
I do.
I did kill myself though.
Yeah, I have 3 on me, now I have 2 on me, so 2 more lucky people. Kaka gets 1. 1 more. Seth gets 1. I'm now out of Ventus.
Thank you.
oh no.
Yeah. What if we one-shot this though? Then we're gonna look like idiots for bad.
I don't have Ventus, sorry, I've handed out my remaining Ventus.
Extra if anyone needs one.
Who has extra advantage soon?
Elderon has 1 left. I have 0. Alright. Oh my goodness, so many.
What's the name of the ads that we're gripping?
Beautiful waiters.
Yeah.
Waiters.
Something
Legend
waiter.
waiters, something like that.
Could only remember attendance. That's why. And why is everyone a boomkin?
Because we're gonna
Standing
convoke
next to
the
the
boss
boomkin
to
thing?
one shot.
What? You don't have Convoke on your bar leash?
Hang on, I gotta put it on
You
right
see how
now.
strong Boomkin are? Everybody wants to get Boomkin.
I'm beautiful.
So cute and fluffy.
Wait, I don't look like a boomkin.
You didn't stand next to it long enough.
13 convokes. Pull the main target boss.
That
right
might
off.
actually work.
What am I? What is this like naked sumo gladiator?
Ogre toy.
Alright.
Like WAD, I think.
No. Or Legion, end of Legion. I know it's late, so on.
Looks like the ship from fucking High Mall.
Everybody ready?
We're doing FNS, right?
Number. Yep.
Or
Define ready.
FSN, I meant. Yeah, FSN.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Oh, that we go. Good God.
Yeah, the spots that is convoked all on the boss, and that's what they intended.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna happen every single time. You open convert for the boss position. Like, there's no
Oh, I can go through the ad spot.
This guy's where we should have been on the.
Beware.
All I did was full rep.
Beware.
What is the number of times the boss
You're
is hit?
supposed to be
Interrupt order.
With an interrupt weak aura.
Beware.
Based on what we said, we're supposed to try and get
Alright, so everybody saw the weak aura. We've got your.
Beware.
I think you should take first because you have the taunt speed and you want to taunt move Frida so people can go bananas on it. That's cool. Yep.
Sure. Can do. Just give me a second.
And I'll take Stavros to triangle. Oh, I'll take Stavros further. Yeah, people gonna get fucked with this pull strat, but we'll see how it goes.
And we can release the gate right here.
I would suggest that Sadie, who's our only hunter, MD not Frida to Thrax. Castellan. So like Sadie, MD Castellan to Thrax, and like Thrax will be pulling Frida, which is the DPS target anyway. MD Castellan and actually start off by hitting Castellan, Sadie. You want full threat on that so that Thrax can focus on getting Frida in place and protecting against Boomkin shenanigans. And I'll bring Stavros. Raid should actually be on triangle ready. There's no reason to stand back there on pull. You should start right here because we're gonna pull the boss. And if we do have threat issues, I suggest we flip the direction, like put the raid the center side. Hold on.
Well, that's definitely that.
That way we can actually take advantage of threat. As long as it's not first threat standing in the front, or bow threat, it'll basically make the pull for us.
Where is this fucking
Bow's on.
Alright, put that on.
Okay.
This on. This.
Oh, you're the other side.
Here.
Yeah. Okay. Only Furb.
Cool.
Yeah, Furb and Bow.
Sick. What would you like? All right.
5,
Attempt
4,
number 2.
2, 1.
Beware.
You never stand the dragon because you're gonna get fucked.
Look at there.
You need to stand the group.
Beware.
Guys, okay, stop. Everybody on top of the skeleton.
Size, screen, or the sweet boy. Like reposition itself.
Beware.
So Sadie, you are gonna just get fucked. Like, okay, guys, do you see where Stavros is? He has a small head. You see where I am? There's a giant over there. That guy is gonna just cleave left and right across the field. So Sadie stood on me, got fucked. Drango stood on me, got fucked.
Beware.
There's gonna be every single.
Like,
person
you guys
be
should
on
not
top
be
of
backing
one
up
plate.
and standing. Yeah, like, I saw someone back up, stand on me, shoot a bit with a bow, and then get like charged to death. Like, there's no reason to back up. I was saying my name, Sadie, just somebody with a bow.
Everybody should be on top of one person, which I now put a mark above my head. That's fine. We clearly must need that. The reason is because we get the dancing recital soon. When we get the dancing recital, we all need to be on top of each other to know which direction we're going. We're all spread out. We're fucked. It's over. We won.
Alright, and if you want Eldron, we can, move it. Like, we can put Stab versus Lunge in any direction that's good for us. Like, you could put it like alongside of the room if you want to make it so the raid can still run back to the center. Like, just you tell me where you want it and where which direction.
Bad news bears, guys. We're gonna hold off on feast until we figure this out. Because unless we can survive for the first phase, we're just gonna be.
Yeah, they're almost 4K a piece right now.
Yeah. Shaddy just trying to
3.5.
run the market.
And then
Says like the
it's
guild will
gonna
buy
hate.
money off the guild. That's what we did.
Go ahead, personal food. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like, food is not going to make any difference whatsoever at this point in learning. Figure out where to stand, not get cleaved.
Tonight is all about mechanics.
We need to
5,
fix the whole time.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Are we going to swap real fast?
Eventually, well, we'll see how it goes. We might.
Yeah, I'm just going to hold it.
Beware.
Okay, so he's leaping into the place where he you guys can see Eldron, if you're going to run like that, you can't run back.
I don't know why people ran.
Beware.
I'm saying Stavros is going to basically get you guys fucked during the darkness in this orientation.
Set 2 marks up and then line it.
Yeah,
I know.
the issue is that
Beware.
the Victorians have been running back towards the middle of the room. And so they're running back to the with the line of death. We put the line of death on the other side. Becomes smaller. Because then it looks like every other video that people have seen. So when they like lizard brain towards the middle of the room, they're not running towards the zone of death.
Yeah, let's flip it.
Yeah, we'll just flip skull and triangle. Other than that, everything's the same. As long as the new triangle is the new skull is not too close for Ferb, we're fine. That said, people still need to know that there's a cone of death.
Again, there's no reason for everybody to be like booking it to the back and then running. Like the lines are small, like on top of each other. Like I really shouldn't see a line.
It's for ramp for co-op.
Yes, technically we need an 18-second so 20 seconds.
Because at 5 seconds into the fight, there's a ton of damage.
Yeah, so skull X is going to be the orientation of a deadly line. So don't be along that axis.
Wait, aren't we supposed to run around the boss?
Yeah, that is a little. I don't know how we're.
Anyone got a tome I could perchance get off?
Yeah, trade road.
Like our whole purpose with the dance thing is that we're supposed to literally like do this.
Wait, who?
Well, I guarantee if you do it during lunge, you will get fucked.
We know. No, I get that. So
Yeah,
but we're going to be going now this direction.
I mean, we're always going around to the right.
We're always going around to the right. So if the lunge is going to the left,
The lunge will go. The lunge goes forwards and backwards from where he is. It's not. It's a line of death in both directions.
Just give it another roll.
I mean, if we're not doing tank swaps, I can just hold Nicholas. Let's just hold Steppers out. That's also fine.
Well, we'll see. The riposte is going to start to hurt too, right? So We'll see how it goes, and we have to trade on 2. We'll trade on 2. But we'll hold as long as we can. I swear.
Using Squarespace helped my business grow from a journal to a website, store, and cloud.
Before I give any final things to it, I want to know if you guys think there's anything you still want to ask about this fight, or if there's anything else. Is the overlap a case of low damage? Honestly, I don't know. I assume so. We never see it explained to you. My thought process behind that. Dark Recital is really easy, so if I go back, I can actually just show you the VOD here. Dark Recital, everyone uses the same weak aura. It's handled the same way. It's the easiest way to deal with it. I'll just back up. One thing I will say for this, very important, be nice to your melee. You don't need to run full speed. You don't need to stutter step. Or sorry, you want to stutter step. You don't run full speed. And if you're ranged...
I'm still hitting bosses.
Just do that. You're not gonna. Okay, so I'm 45 to 50 yards to bow.
Just pretend like you're a melee. A melee doesn't want to be like worrying about the range like a million years away from the boss. You should be meleeing the boss or meleeing something the entire time, like I'm doing here. Just stay with your partner, like this guy out here. Be a melee. You know, be nice to them. Melee does not want to be sitting off the boss the entire Dark Recital. Position yourself accordingly. If you know to be like worrying about the range, like I'm really years away from the boss. You should be meleeing the boss or meleeing something the entire time, like I'm doing here. Just stay with your partner, like this guy out here. Run full speed.
Right?
You don't need to.
Yeah, over 45.
Yeah. My range is 40.
Stutter step.
5 safe.
Or sorry, you want to stutter step, you don't run full speed. And if you're ranged, just pretend like you're a melee. A melee doesn't want to be like worrying about the range like a million years away from the boss. You should be meleeing the boss or meleeing something the entire time, like I'm doing here. Just stay with your partner, like this guy out here, be a melee. You know, be nice to them. Melee does not want to be sitting off the boss the entire Dark Recital. Position yourself accordingly. If you notice what we do too, right when we get it, like we're all stacked here, and as soon as it goes out, this group moves to the left for a second, and because they know the melee's going to do it, you'll notice them move like kind of back to the right.
Beware.
Back to the right. That gives us room to still hit the boss and not worry about it. Not too much to talk about there, other than tanks specifically. Boss movement in this fight is like kind of paramount. A lot of people decide to keep them still, but there's a lot of times where you do want to move the boss. You want to move the boss to cleave waiters better. You want to move the boss to kite dutiful attendance, which will be one of the next things we talk about. You don't actually need to stay still unless a Dark Recital is happening or like happening in 5 seconds. You can kind of move the boss wherever if you do that. Alright, now we're going to talk about evasive lunge. One of the things that I think is messed up the most from tanks, in fact, in almost every pug I've ever been in and casual guild I've ever helped, their tanks do this. Okay, I'm going to remove everything here. Here's their tanks. Their tanks have Stavros. Let's just pretend every air boss doesn't exist right now. They're tanking the boss here. And they're like, all right, entire raid, make sure you guys are on the left and right so you don't get hit by the evasive lunge. Stop. That's fucking bad. That is the exact opposite of what you ever want to do in raiding. That's making your job easier for one player instead of the entire raid. Because basically what happens is it goes behind the tank and charges where he's facing. So what happens in this scenario is the boss is going behind the tank where he's facing right now, charging through him, which would hit every single person if they were in the raid, right? Okay. Bad tank shit. Never do that. It is not on the raid to dodge that ability. It is on the tank. Okay, here's why. What's better? Having 19 other people have to worry about dodging this mechanic every single time, or one person just doing one thing? You know what that one thing is? Doing this, turning to the side. Or maybe even hop back and turn to the side. Because then what's going to happen is little baby Stavros is going to charge behind you and go this way and hit absolutely fucking no one. And just nothing else to say, do that. It is really, really hard to watch when people don't do that and then blame other people for it going off. So just play the game right. Alright, that's enough of that. Next is Dutiful Attendant. I can probably find a VOD of them doing it. Generally speaking, Dutiful Attendance is something you want to kite the boss away from it. There's always a ton of incidental damage. Melee don't actually swap until it gets in. This is also the opener one too, right? So the Dutiful Attendant that spawns on the opener gets blasted by the Moonkins. I don't know if our Moonkins actually do it, because like we didn't do it in progression because they were Korean, but I've told them about it. Let's see if they do. I don't remember. Okay, so they do. Oh yeah, see that Moonkin going back? So he still has all the CDs up. He has CA, and just as soon as the attendant spawns, he just rips a Convoke and kills it. And it basically kills it before he
Beware.
If you guys look at the attendant coming in behind here, look at that. It's already dead. Just from one Moonkin doing that. It massively helps get this push. A lot of guilds wipe to this push right here, and it's because
they didn't nerf some of the stuff.
It's because their Moonkins don't do that. It's actually like a hard carry. What you want to beat here is the Dancing Fever. It's obviously easy for us to beat it, but some people really struggle with it. You actually even want to beat this attendant that's coming up. Huge damage. This is also our main lane, right? Like someone progressing on this boss isn't going to be doing that much damage. But generally, the idea is this. You want to have the boss here, right? Just forget everyone else. Let's just say Stavros is the only boss alive. And a Dutiful Attendant spawns, which I think we figured out earlier is just little baby tiny Nicholas over here, right? He spawns and he's like, oh, I'm going to shield you. Okay, what you can do, again, if Dark Recital is happening or about to happen in like 5 seconds, don't do this to not trick your people from moving, right? Because like right here, if you move the boss and Dark Recital is about to happen, realistically, your ranged are going to stay here and your melee are going to follow, and then like the Dark Recital is going to be like a huge fucking mess, right? So if Dark Recital's happening, keep the boss still. If it's not, kite the fucking boss away from the Dutiful Attendant. He is so stupid. He will like get close to the boss and be like, oh, I want to cast, and then you're like, nope, just kidding. And he's like, he gets here and he's like, oh, I want to cast, and what'll happen is he'll start casting on the boss like 30 or 20%, and you gain a shitload of boss damage from it. So as long as your group is used to it, it's kind of on the tanks, but you know, whatever boss you have out, if you can kite it away from the attendant, it's only good. It's actually like low key a very good DPS increase, right? So just whatever you can do there. Again, during Dark Recital, or if it's going to happen in 5 to 10 seconds, do not move the boss. But if it's not, freely move the boss around. I think one thing that tanks do in this fight in general is they just decide not to kite the boss and just move around. There's no reason not to. All right, so last thing we're going to talk about is how to deal with the ads at the end of the fight. One of the 2 reasons people have even attempted to not do Nicholas last is because a lot of guilds tanks, let's be real, kind of struggle with doing tank stuff like kiting or just living in general. And both tanking this last ad for a long time and kiting it. You can argue whether you think it should be this way or not. It kills the shit out of people, okay? People die a lot to kiting and tanking this ad. So what you can do now with gear, and I would suggest you doing if you don't think you're I mean, honestly, I would recommend killing the first ad anyway. Because a lot of times you'll be like doing too much damage where you'll push them too fast, especially if you hold 2 minutes. When this tank ad comes in, just have like half your raid swap to it. Or people that have really bad target swapping or something swap to it, or do really good cleave and can just cleave off of it. You just want it dead in a little bit so they don't have to use too many CDs. And here's why, right? We killed it on this pull. All right, we're going to get Recital here. The first ad's already dead. And the general strat everyone uses, which I'm just going to go ahead and assume, is you guys see this Castellan's Cadre or whatever?
Charge, run.
Beware. Beware.
Sorry, you're way too fast.
Beware. Beware.
Be ready.
Okay, we just got scared.
Well, battle was
Where
good.
the hell is everybody going? It's a circle, guys.
Beware.
Did your shit proc yet?
Beware.
No, just oh my. You're all gonna die because you're not jumping.
Yeah, mine didn't.
Alright.
Max
res
is dead,
back.
so
Yeah.
Well, Brett doesn't want to dance anymore. I see how it is.
Alright. This bad guy.
I'm standing stabby.
Gotta run out of the room.
He's jumping, you're still up.
Beware.
Gotta keep ice block. Let's see what happens.
I'm just trying to see if it dropped your debuff.
Yeah, I don't think that.
I think it
drop off before.
No, I think that
Beware.
it just instantly does all.
Nope, it doesn't do anything when you ask.
No, I still
Doesn't
see the
do
3D
anything.
on there.
Yeah, so it doesn't do anything. Okay. Wow, that's crazy.
So that weak aura, it just stays as a green right arrow.
No. So it's if it's
Yes,
it's a green
but
right
your
arrow
purpose is to run around the boss.
Yeah, it's a green right arrow if you have the the dark recital or dark recital. So you go in a small 270-degree circle around the boss if you have the green arrow. If you have the red arrow, you're gonna go to the left like 1 or 2 side steps and then stop moving. That's all that weak aura is. Nothing else.
Also, since people stack on green, there's no reason to be standing to the left of the boss because that's where we're going. And if you're selected, we're all gonna get spawned.
You gotta be on top of Mark.
Yeah, there's no reason to be anywhere else but the mark.
People
Yeah,
look
'cause
like
either way,
move.
if you're at the left, you're gonna kill your friends that didn't get the dark ritual. If you're at the right, you're gonna kill your friends that did if you got it because they're gonna run on top of your shit.
So, Elderon, I'm going to clarify because the weak aura is confusing me. If I get that green arrow,
You're gonna go like this, like purple, like the way purple is going. You see the purple mark? You're going sidestepping like this in a circle.
Not over there, over here to the right. For Lucian.
Where's? Yeah, so you start on me. Because we're all on green triangle right now. I have the mark above my head, which is purple diamond. So the bosses are at skull, and you're gonna get the green arrow. It's gonna tell you to go to the right, and you're gonna go like this with your partner. Everybody else on top of each other. Just stay in a row.
and you
And
should
that's
be
it.
able to melee the boss the whole time.
Yeah, there's no reason to have no uptime. You'll be max range, of course, but you should be able to keep melee.
Sounds good. That's fine. As long as everyone's stacked there, it means it'll hit people. Okay. Alright. I'm on the same page now.
Anyone else on a different page?
You.
Just you. Just you.
That see when you make that statement, that's just inviting karma, bro.
Yeah, he's definitely the
to the
first one.
song of
dead.
my own tune.
He's definitely the first getter.
I'm just gonna stand here and like red circle you all to death.
You all to death.
Well, at least there's no ghost chasing you, Pat.
Fuck.
Brett.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Coming out, front of the room, side. Back, Brett, out. On hand. Back still. One more.
Beware.
Oh my god. Okay, keep.
Yeah. Light.
Just what's over.
So faster?
We're going too fast. So you
Those people like running.
Beware.
Like straight or the
Oh, I
opposite
thought my
direction.
jumping was too fast?
No, not you, Vax. You're good.
Okay. I was like, because I got left with 2, and then 1, and then I jumped again, and but it was only
You were definitely the cause, Vax. It was you. Okay. No, what would actually happen was, again, Dark Ritual. We had two
Was
people that
maybe.
were just booking it, and everybody else ran over their puddles and just dropped dead.
I'm
Is that
gonna
healthy?
point out the elephant in the room, which is that we let a cast go off, which instant wiped the entire raid. So
That
I'm
is
sure
also-
that was probably a bigger factor.
That is also true. We
The other 16 people didn't interrupt.
yes, there's 16 missed interrupts.
This is gonna be
But yeah, everyone else died too.
mildly difficult, I think.
Exactly. Know how.
I kind of get why they
have enough.
feel like they tank the bosses up front. Like it seems like the ads keep coming more from like here on the two sides than they do up front.
Yeah,
Which
they
means
usually
you're not
don't
gonna
come
get
up
it
from up
convoked.
front. They usually come from the sides or the back.
So I think this is why they put it up front.
Yeah. They, well,
Yeah.
they put it up. They're also up front for phase 2 and phase 3. The bosses 2 and 3 kind of need it mostly up front.
We're only back here for the convoke, right?
Yeah,
Can we
it's
just
yeah.
is it
Let's
possible
just-
for convoke to be
No,
elsewhere?
we're just convoking. That's not going to have any value. Fine. Like
So,
it's
with
not
everybody
killing much
stacked-
damage. It's, if you look at it, it's not really doing much damage anyway. Because by the time it gets in, he's already at only like 85-90%. It's not like it's doing that much. It's still all having to help. Like the goal of the convoke was to hopefully have him like get him to 40%, but it's not happening.
They keep spawning too close to the bosses.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're talking a lot about the people that are actually running the dark recitals, but the way that we're doing this, we're all stacked in the same position, and dark recitals instantly start appearing. So the people that are dying are not the people with the dark recitals, they're the people that aren't moving for the dark recitals, because everyone's stacked up and then it jumps
Every
circles
single
on the entire raid.
Well, every single
People
person
that don't
should
move
instantly
die.
move. They don't actually explode for like 1 or 2 seconds.
I mean, if you don't
Yeah,
have
you actually have time.
You
Yeah.
have tons of time.
Yeah.
So if you're not moving when Dark Recital goes off, you're doing it wrong whether you have it or not. That's why every single person has an arrow above their head, or an arrow weak aura that says go left, go right. If you have the one that
200.
says go left, you only have to go like 1 step. Side step done, keep DPSing, make sure to interrupt, you're good to go. Other than that, it's going the wrong way. Let's move all forward. We're moving up.
When you're like running with it, just tap your like strafe key, don't just like hold it down.
Right.
So we go more back then?
Yeah.
Having boomies at the back?
Yeah, Boomy's in the back. Fine.
You guys
The
can
actual
literally be
attendant
on
has
to be
been
able to get around
spawning.
back or like
The attendant has been spawning on me and where Vax is most of the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I never see. I've only had it spawn once up front.
Oh no, it's spawned twice up front. Up where Vax, where Vax is.
Which?
And the other one is where it's spawning here.
Yeah, I keep seeing. I got one that was over here. One like more of them are spawning. Like it feels like over
Most of
here.
them, yeah, most of them are spawning
Yeah.
here.
I mean, it's RNG. I mean, the
Yeah,
convoke
still
strike.
RNG,
The convoke. Yeah, it's all RNG.
If
I
we
mean,
can though, can we have Vax also take the the other target away as well? So if that convoke doesn't identically chase the boss.
I mean, yes. When do you want
we've
that
got
to happen?
just wherever you're tanking Stavros or Stavros, whatever it is, take the other target that we're not killing off the bat there as well.
Okay.
Just for the first like 10 seconds of the fight.
It's gonna be exciting.
That's gonna be a lot of damage because
Is it? Okay, if you can't do it, you can't do it, but
I mean, we can try it.
like Frida's not the dangerous one of the two. Like Stavros and
I mean,
Nicholas
if it's
are
only like 10
dangerous.
seconds.
well, it's just the more targets there are, the more wasted our convoke gets. And if
Yeah.
it's
So
three
when
targets,
do you
there's no
want?
point
Like
pressing
that's
buttons.
all.
Just pretty much once the attendant's dead, you can bring him back in. It's fine.
yeah, because we'll only hit the
So just
the
on
boss
full,
we're supposed
right?
to hit.
On pause
Well,
for the first 10
like 10 seconds. So
until the
Yeah,
attendant's
so
dead.
that should be fine, Thrax, because he hasn't started to stack up either of his debuffs yet. Let's try it.
Okay.
If it doesn't work,
I
it doesn't
mean,
work.
I have a cheat death and I have another cheat death, and if the plan falls apart, you'll think of them, but we'll throw them for a bit.
Third, not here, please.
you want me on the same side?
Oh,
It's-
yeah,
he
probably.
only wants it
Attendant's
for the
fine.
first like 30 seconds.
I just figured we'd be on opposite sides for if they come from either direction.
Oh, but I need a marker here though.
Oh, you need a marker. Okay.
Yeah, I need a marker.
Move your
You can
marker.
just
up.
move Moon up. Just so I know it's like. seen it spawn like close. I've actually seen it spawn a Dracula. It's weird.
It's fucking huge though.
Yeah, it's just like most times it was spawning, it was already too close to boss, and I started hitting like all 3 bosses with Convoke, basically.
Yeah, well the trick is you want the ad to be 45, like 42 yards away, and the boss to be 46.
Yeah.
We're going.
Like that's why I'm trying to get a marker to get like the exact position.
I mean, the Convoke only works if really if it's like if the ad spawns it back anyways.
5,
It
4,
just gives more chance of
3,
you, basically.
2, 1.
Beware.
And now it's spawned up front, of course. Oh no, it didn't. Why did it say you just spawned up front?
Guys, Daddy, rush out, rush it. Daddy, jump. More beauty up
Beware.
Yeah.
Once you turn the stage.
I am people hanging to the left of the marker.
Beware. Beware.
So jump in.
I literally moved to start the target market, I just happened to jump right then.
Alright, wipe it.
Beware.
There are still people hanging out to the left of the market for some unknown reason.
We're talking about stutter stepping that person. By the time I even caught him, they're already halfway around the boss.
Just
Beware.
like them next time I call them out.
But people are going left immediately as soon as they get it as well. It's kind of, well, whatever. Wrong direction it is as soon as you get it, which is kind of weird.
Either they're standing there or they're going the wrong direction, and I don't understand at this point. Like, we've been over it 2 times.
Alright, let's a second. Let up post.
Bert, did you update DBN or is okay still with the raid timeline?
Yeah, that new one I posted did work perfectly.
Anyone go to res? I mean, just so you guys know, you can res. The gate is right there too, and repairs.
I have a huge weak aura that tells me don't release.
I know, right?
Ignore it.
Yeah, I don't use that weak core because I know usually not to release.
No, I've trained myself to not release. If I train myself the other way, then I'm gonna keep releasing when you don't.
I'm just saying, if you need a repair, it's literally right there without having to ever drop a cheese or anything else.
Alright, guys, I just posted a Twitch video. It's Lava's Guild. I want you to look at the first 50 seconds of that video. No more. Just the first 50 seconds.
Where's the video?
I posted in Raid.
Not in council.
Too bad I
Raid.
burned out.
You need me to post it in council? Okay, I'll post it.
I did it for you. It's all good.
Alright, first 50 seconds.
Oh, Twitch.
Jump, 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 jump. Oh my god.
I'm watching YouTube.
So hard. Jeez.
That can vote?
Yeah, that's for those. I'm still in my job, man.
Now watch. 30 seconds into the fight, the guy that we're watching gets red, which is lava, of course. Okay. He stops, and everybody else, look how nice, tight circle that is going to the right. They didn't go all the fucking nowhere. They just stayed right around the boss, kept DPSing. The other people got back into position.
So beautiful, I could cry.
Alright, that's all I want you to see. Don't continue to watch the rest of the fight. That's it.
Aw.
Arrow questions, Rainbow.
I'm ready as comparing.
Okay. Okay, we're good. Urge.
Ready.
Okay. Put those. Interrupt. And stay nice and tight.
Watch your language.
5, 4,
Big whore.
3, 2, 1.
Those big booty bitches. Whoa. What?
Beware.
RG.
Pull it.
Circ. Jump.
I was just like.
Beware.
Marathon, look at the marathon.
It was better.
Beware.
Ended.
Everybody's gonna turn and get these after that first vote, basically. That's it.
Beware.
Jump, jump, jump.
Nice.
Wait, what?
Wait.
What was too much? Sorry?
I just got.
Beware.
Why do you leave Nicholas on me a little bit more? Give me like a couple stacks of this shit. Because he gets worse with more stacks, right? Yeah, give me some more stacks.
Beware.
Like maybe. Yeah, just so like let me just get to 2 and then you take him and I'll just hold Stavros. Cause let me look at the exact mechanics of that first thing. I'm wondering if he's off me, does his debuff not? He doesn't do anything to me.
Okay, but then we balance it's not gonna
I'd like to confirm something. There's never gonna be a left arrow. Am I going crazy there?
There
Where's my
will
weak
be a
marker?
left arrow. 100%.
Okay, my
People have gotten it many times.
Got the island.
You might have been unlucky so far tonight and only got the right.
I haven't gotten the right one, I don't think.
Yeah, I
You've
don't
gotten a
feel like
red
we're
left
getting
arrow every time.
Must
I haven't
have,
gotten
yeah.
it either.
But the red arrow's not showing for me. So I wasn't sure if, like, not the move or what.
Maybe it's got some sort of like thing
What do
on
you mean
lock
the
for
red arrow
healers.
is not showing? Is the green arrow showing?
No, like, no arrows showing.
Then do you have the weak aura?
Check the load
I
on
do, or yes.
what it's doing.
But the reason I know I haven't gotten the right arrow is my GTFO would call it out if I did. As well as various other add-ons.
This has load for encounter. I don't see anything
There's
specific to
nothing
like
special
DPS
with my
heals or anything like that.
Yeah, there's nothing else on it.
It's weird.
Maybe try reinstall, delete out and try reinstalling. Maybe get a bad load.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Uninstall it, and I'm gonna send it.
Okay.
Look at that auto hammer. Waste.
I'd also like to confirm when moving right, we're supposed to move as a group, or we're going to do
As a group.
Okay.
Not just with your other partner. Everybody, all 8 of us, 6 of us, I can't remember the number. All 8/6 of us should be together.
Now I will say that it feels like people are running because like I'm having to use run speed to keep up with people.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like it doesn't drop the more you run, it drops over time. So like if you end up getting back to the group, you're gonna drop in the group.
Yes, for the people that are going left, the people trying to dodge the initial pedals.
Left if you don't have it, right if you do.
Yeah, I mean it's not about left or right. It's just to address the mechanic, right? So as long as you're like, it's telling you to go left because you need to
go
dodge the
right.
initial ones.
We can't go left. Makes sense.
We may want to have a more centralized call out for jumping as a suggestion, presumably the healers, presumably the one in charge of Spirit Shell. But I guess whoever knows that the rate is capable of taking it.
I mean, honestly, people are insta-dying during that, so I don't know if any amount of healing will save them.
Well, that last time everybody jumped at the same time, every single one of them, and they jumped twice. So yes, it did instantly kill us.
Right.
So I don't know. We could call if we just call out jump, and everyone's gonna jump. We probably should be prepared to know that we can take that damage.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's the point of the Huff Shield and the Anti-Magic Zone is that it does damage. You know, all the cooldowns that we currently have put in place, if you look at them all, are all about damage reduction for the most part, not really about healing. You know, obviously Steph's in there, but other than that, all about damage reduction.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm just saying that the person that calls it should know if we're prepared, because all those things are proactive.
No, I agree. I mean, yeah. Nobody should be jumping until you should be jumping until you see Lucia Russian's anti-magic zone.
Right, but what I'm saying is that if we have
I'm trying to see if I can have a good healer call out. Brett, you want to call? You call when you think, but I mean, preferably it should be Huff, but
I'm sorry for what?
When and it's still 75% of your healing. All right, I'll try to call it. I'll work. I'll try to call it. I mean, I would prefer it to be a healer, but
That's for both guys.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware. Beware.
Arrow did in fact work that time.
Did not work that time?
It did. It
Good. Excellent. Okay.
Beware.
And it's coming right behind us. Anything else other than kill that attention?
Beware.
So there was no anti-magic zone down
You're wrong.
there? So that was...
You guys are running so fast.
Staggered.
Beware.
Not just all jump.
Everybody just went, yay! Alright.
Yeah, sorry. Can you clarify to me? Are we waiting for someone to call us to jump, or are we
Yeah.
all just jumping the moment it pops out? Because that was definitely the latter.
Yeah, that was definitely the latter, not what we really proposed is what we do. I said I was going to call out.
Beware.
Start jumping. That was the first one, though, right? Or no, was that the second one? That was the second.
Second.
That was the second one, for sure.
Yeah, so it looks like it was definitely 10, 15 seconds before. Drax, you gotta give, let's just make it for safety, let's just make it a 30 second. Just in case I'm not 100% ready. Because it's an 18-second ramp up. It is that literally that long.
Yeah, basically after that first ad though, guys, like when it starts coming out, it's basically all range and turn, hit it immediately, and then when it gets melee, be on it. Because we only have the convoke for the first one to take it out.
Man, oh man, oh man. I still think people are running way too fast around this box. People are panicking. Literally, not figuratively.
I got time to take a bio break and everything in the middle here.
Not one of mine.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Here we go.
1.
Beware.
That anti-magic zone down. Much nicer.
Beware.
Ready to turn and burn it. So this and then quick guys.
Beware.
Ritual. Don't jump. Take it back, that anti-magic zone down, and then start jumping.
Beware.
Push back so there's more time. Transition.
Beware.
Only lost one.
Boogie time.
Looking at their Firkins. He's got a neural condition.
Gonna get
No, I had to itch at the same time I got stuck.
Yeah.
Beware.
Are we jumping?
Yep. Savers.
Beware.
Where would you want that? What went straight to him?
My goat. Because he's further north than Frida.
Beware.
Further closer to the boomies than Frida.
Pendant coming now. Pay attention. So that's pendant. Behind us. Russian remains your anti-magic zone coming soon. Russian anti-magic zone.
Beware.
Oh, alright, let's kill each other. Swipe back.
Beware.
So you always want to establish to the front, like, regardless of.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Because that way we hit Frida if we're going to hit anybody. We're going to hit the right
No,
boss
fine.
we're trying to hit too.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a bit of a jog.
11 seconds. Okay.
So with that dancing recital, it looks like some of us are just jetting it as soon as we're getting it. We're supposed to take it slow, aren't we?
Yeah,
Yeah,
side
stutter,
step,
yeah.
side step, stutter step, stutter step. Yeah.
There's some people that aren't moving at all. They're just standing
That's a
back at the
different
back
set
end.
of problems.
Also, if you can't melee the boss from wherever you're standing, you're too far away.
I think there was one confusion on that one. I think there was one person that thought he should be going left when he should go right.
Well, I think for me as a melee DPS, I'm just trying to make sure I don't fuck up that mechanic because I'd rather stay alive than hit a button at that point. The buttons will come afterwards.
You're going to get what, like maybe 10k DPS? If you're lucky.
Yeah,
No,
well,
like,
I think
not 10k,
just
sorry,
lots
it's like
of-
100 DPS, something like that. Nothing big. You're going to be doing like melee swings for the most part.
Throwing out
I'm
my
more mean like if you're anybody and you can't melee the boss where you're running, if you're running way out here, you're causing more damage to the people that are standing beside the boss. Like, if you're ranged, you should be able to melee the boss. I don't care if you DPS while you do it, you can melee it while you run around.
Correct. Yes. Like, you should be basically on the ball. Like, not
That
on,
is
on.
that is an optimization we should make when we actually can get the circle right. So
No,
why
no,
don't
no.
we
Well,
focus
here's the
on
problem.
moving?
No. Here's the reason that it's important. If you're so far out, then what happens is the amount of time it takes you to move around the boss is increased, and so the person that's linked to you that's a little closer in is going to be further ahead of you, and your chances of getting hit by their red shit is higher. That's why
And the
everybody needs
damage
to be
is higher.
Right. That means everybody needs to be approximately on top of each other, stutter stepping. fight.
Yeah. Well, right now that's not happening, and I mean, if we do it that way, the way that we're close to the melee's close to the boss, and we're doing this, we're gonna end up hitting the people that all went left to get there, because we're gonna do it too fast because we're walking normal pace instead of doing the stuttering step.
Alright. But,
like, it's just...
gotta get 90%. Prove
just running so far away from
Don't exactly know how it
boss.
calculates 90% that.
Like, I almost
but
died.
whatever.
It's like, I was like here. My dude's like out here.
Sure, one more pull then break.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Sorry.
That's what he asked for.
Just 20 is all good. Good.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Jump.
Beware.
Better step. Perfect, but on perfect. 10 to coming. 10 seconds. Get ready to turn and burn.
Beware.
Turn and burn. Turn and burn.
Beware.
Dancing inside on the way.
People are running too fast.
Beware. Beware.
Asha and Brett still have 3.
You talked about it's like basketball.
Hardest bosses ever made.
Corazon!
Back on your target or your spot. Eight, two, jump. That's not good.
Beware.
I don't really think they the risk is too high, guys.
Yeah. And plus, if we just step out, we can vote when like the ad pops up. We can hit boss and the ad, so it'd be more ideal than just
Beware.
Yeah.
Right. Well, when we're jumping, I mean, notice everyone else's health basically. But yours just dodge.
So that's kind of skewed, to be honest.
What's kind of
range grip's a little bit too far.
Beware.
One, so that's kind of skewed.
But it's not really skewed for what he's talking about though. He's saying we died like completely where Bale's barely moved.
Yeah, they died back here.
Yeah, we died from full health to
Just
0.
everybody jumped in. Billy jumped.
Beware.
Yes, I don't think the benefit outweighs the cost. It's a niche like use of the Convoke. Yes, it helps, but we can do it anyways when it comes up. We can stand out to the side just a little bit and just hope it's RNG's with us.
Beware.
Sorry, RNG as it is, because like have to convoke. Some of them coming way up front, some of them coming in different directions that are even out of my range.
Honestly, I think that you just the damage negligible before.
I think with the nerfs they added to it, it's basically just better to pump it into boss. And so like with the add up,
Exactly.
with the add up, like when it's
Let's
gone.
just change that. I'm gonna take our break timer now.
I mean, if we all, if everyone switches, those die so quick anyways.
We will have 2 boomies convoking during it, so I mean it'll still melt. It'll just get more damage into bosses that way too. You can just like if Vax still tanks him where he's tanking him, we'll just stand over here, like at this range. We won't ever hit the boss. We'll be able to hit the boss and the ad from here. So.
Anthrax, we didn't talk about it, but I assume after intermission you want me to take a stack as well, like normal? Or does it not matter? Anthrax might be bio. Let me get a drink.
Almost ready to go. Man, what a suck. Ropes. Really need to watch the Zack Snyder cut to see if it's
5, 4,
really
3, 2, 1.
stuff. One lawyer quit after the day after was treated as the latest
Everybody back? Okay. Not everybody's back. Now, Lush, back.
Turn off some stuff I don't need.
Lucian back, so you back? Oh, Lucian's back.
Yes, I'm back.
Man, oh man, oh man. Jeez. So long. Damn. It's taking so long. Jesus.
This guy's estimate is 2.
Back is back.
How do you know it's really him? He hasn't spoken.
To you, perhaps.
Magic.
Damn.
Typing does not equal speaking.
It does for somebody without a voice.
Still not speaking. Still typing.
That's their voice. That's the only way they can speak.
Alright.
Well, this is fun.
You can communicate without speaking. But not
Shut up,
speaking.
Rouge.
Let's give 'em shit.
I did. See, there you go, Sam.
Mind blown.
At least it was just your mind.
5,
He would
4,
just stop
3,
being fair.
2, 1.
Okay. Oh,
Beware. Beware.
okay. That was 100% to get run over by the entire group. Red shit.
Beware.
Add in 4.
Beware.
Rushing. Jump.
Those people are like way ahead.
Why do
Don't take off run.
Beware.
Aw, he died. No.
Right? Like I'm trying to stutter step and do the right thing, and like I cut in, like I had like 3 or 4 puddles ahead of me.
Beware.
So it was like already almost at like 180 degrees from where I was at by the time I even took my first 2 steps.
That's what I'm saying. Like there were people. I actually had to rush forward to actually catch up with some people that were so far ahead.
It's like they ran through boss instead of around boss.
Remember, Morse code, but only dot 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 dot. That's it. That's all you have to do. Do not press the key for long.
Question: if for whatever reason people are ahead or behind, can they go outside the track?
Sadie, you shouldn't be 2 to 3 steps behind the melee. You should be on the melee. Like melee and range shouldn't be in 2 groups. Just stand on the melee. We should be together. So
That's
if
true.
If you see the melee in front of you, just move into that group. Like, there's no reason for us to be in 2 groups.
I'm the stack point. Like,
So if people are on a triangle, there shouldn't be 2 groups. It's
Exactly.
basically like
literally on top of
Roleplay
triangle.
Like literally, if you turn over, you see Eldron's asshole staring at you from the fucking triangle. Like right here.
Maybe there should be just one triangle, which is Eldron. Would that help us? People might be confused by the world marker. I don't know.
The 2
Yeah, I mean,
triangles.
It's
Sure.
not super important anymore. So.
Double rainbow. What does it mean?
See, look where I'm standing. I can look up and look. I'm looking under Eldron's robe. Right here. Stand right the hell here.
Why would you look under his rope?
Cause I can, motherfucking stand here.
So like literally, I went to stutter step like this. The other person was already like over here.
Or if for whatever reason people are behind or ahead, can they go outside the track and like isolate themselves, or does that work?
No, you can't because you'll kill someone.
Just catch up. Just run faster.
I have to get the right throw, so I'm going to plead the fifth on that one. But I was curious.
If you stand further away, the more healing that you have to do. Just give the healer. And remember, the more the beam stretches, the more you're
He
gonna hurt
didn't mean
people.
stand away. He meant if someone gets lags, if someone lags to the.
Oh, that's the difference.
Take the outside track, like so they don't fuck everyone else on the inside track. So like
Well, that's
if
fair.
you end up
That's fair.
if you end up not with the group, just take the right hand lane.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Leg.
Okay. Continue the full timer, but Huff, on the second one, we probably will need Spirit Shell like a couple of seconds later because we have to do the dance.
5,
We need most of the shield
4,
time, I would assume.
3, 2,
We'll talk about it.
1.
Yeah, I mean, you have 30 seconds to complete the jump, so.
Right, so we can definitely we can wait a couple of seconds is my thought. Yes.
A few seconds.
Beware.
Jump, guys.
Beware.
Might make sense, yeah.
Running too fast.
Beware.
Makes sense.
Beware.
Dark Ritual coming.
Interesting one.
I have to run like that whole time. Jesus, man.
Beware.
White jumping? No, just white.
Beware.
Very interesting timing there that we're going to have to work on. That second one. Run, guys, in a circle. Saddy, run, circle. Don't do the mechanic.
No, I'm not doing that.
You're not getting a debuff, so you're sure as hell not running in a circle.
How awkward. He's running in a circle doing the dance.
You're right.
Way to go, Zaddy.
I'm trying to die faster.
I think if you complete a full circle, you're guaranteed to get at least one of them right.
If you do it really slowly, he's like prance forward and you're actually moving forward. He's like shimmy left and you shimmy left. You're like, shit. So you end up doing the dance perfectly.
Just run in a straight line. It's fine.
Yeah, something is not right. I can't even click this die.
Okay, so that time the circle we did pretty good. Everyone was really tight. We even tighter than that, but the biggest problem was we had some person that went a little too fast. We all got too close to the safe group. But it was an improvement. The second dancing fever is going to happen at the 105 mark, not the note it says, which I will adjust right now because our GPS does not. We don't transition to that. So that means that the second one is going to be at 105. That the problem with that is that it happens approximately at the same time as a dance ritual as well. So what we're going to need to do is figure out, you need to be jumping, you can't be jumping on the run. So like the plan needs to be that we're going to jump after the run, guys.
Do like one
Do the
jump
run
and move.
completely, then we're going to do our 5 jump. So no one is going to be jumping afterwards. That means that the Huff and everybody else can position. Actually, I'm going to just change this to 150. And that way it's completely positioned after the dark ritual. So that means we'll still have 15 seconds, then we'll accomplish that.
Oh.
think 115 makes sense. Anyone? Takaka? Puff? Does that sound right?
Sorry, 115 makes sense for what?
So it takes about 10-ish seconds to finish the dancing ritual, running around him, and then we'll do our jumps 10 seconds
Like I
after.
said, I don't think that we should be mapping these things to times. We should be mapping them to... Because we're not going to do this for every single one throughout the entire fight. It's going to be a encounter that happens everywhere. We just need to know when we have, for instance, Spirit Shell maxed, and it puts them down, and we call it jump.
Yeah, the only reason I'm doing it is because there's Record that yell out at people to cast their cooldown, so I want them to be up front.
Right, so in this case, like, if Bach has to move, then he should delay it, and then once he has his Spirit Shell...
I just say we delay it every time. I'm just going to delay it every time. No one do jumping before the ritual is over. Period. 15 seconds is more
I
than...
don't know why it matters, as long as like everyone's not jumping simultaneously.
Oh.
If he's running around, he won't have the Spirit Shell up.
Fair enough. I'll put it back.
I just don't know. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, basically you can start ramping.
So that's what we'll do. If you have the run, you do not jump. So nobody jump until the arrows are decided. If you get the right arrow, you're going to do jumping. If you're going to get the green arrow, if you get the red arrow, you're going to do jumping. If you get the green arrow, you're not going to do jumping.
Why can't
Russian,
we just
we're
do
still
the
going to need
thing
your anti-magic zone at that
We
one.
have a week or prioritizes people in a row. We can't just do it that way. Jump. The person jump. It's so long. Very slow when we can. I think people are just like panicking about it. No. Panic, 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 panic.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Everybody?
Beware.
It's better. Much better.
Beware. Beware.
Wait. Dealing with partners. Russian.
Beware.
It's fine. As long as people are watching. Don't need to have
Beware.
everyone jump.
Beware. 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 Beware.
So a question about the jumping, like, you call jumping anything when you're barrier, is that jumping?
The barrier individual. So I had no barrier, but
Beware.
Okay, so what means can jump? And yeah, I mean, I actually
wish
had a
everyone
CD
just
there.
had
I just
raid
used
for
something small. I didn't realize it pushed me over the edge. I used it because of big enough. The nose kicks. This is like 3-person kick rotation. Just put 3 people on it and make it the job. Nothing else.
I get every second one, but when you guys are dancing around, like no one's getting a kick, and mine's down. Yeah.
Well, why don't you get it while they're dancing, and they get it all the time otherwise?
As you're saying, during the dancing, there's more than one kick.
Yeah.
There's been multiple kicks on the missing kicks constantly, like people just not kicking at all.
Okay, so put like Thrax and Osham on backup, and then like who does that leave? Dakaka, Penta, Lush, Rasen. Like 4-person kick rotation is more than enough. Osham's got short duration. CD, Thrax will always be up, and you can always have the sigil over there if you want. Like, if something gets everybody's job ends up being no one's job. Yeah, 16 people that can kick Ferb is fine, but 16 people don't know to kick. Like, make it 2 people or 3 people, so like, if they ever kick, if they ever fuck up, I can kick. Ferb waits out, but I can drop a sigil on
Well, I'm just talking about you're out of range.
I can drop a sigil on him. Like my point is, like, just make an actual assigned kicker.
Does that actually work? Because that's a silence. That's not a kick. I don't think that works.
Never mind. That shit doesn't work. Can't help. Sorry.
I mean, I appreciate the effort.
I mean, I'll come over and like
just leap over, kick, leap back. Don't do that.
Bad idea.
Just a question with that. When you're convoking the second time, are you waiting to see it come up, or are you just going to go?
No, I'm just convoking when the ad comes up with the trinket, with the 2-minute trinket.
That's fine. I'm gonna wait for that.
I was just testing it.
Yeah.
So he was using the IQD before then.
If we don't need to convoke the agents or bosses, we'll need to separate them 1 minute instead. Find out it's not worth it, but it's not things that don't want to split it. Bosses coming down the second time.
Yeah, I mean, it still depends on where the ad comes from too.
I'm just starting.
I'm just trying to get the boss down as much as I can, as quick as I can. Between the attendants, trying to get it with it. Or uptime on boss, but like that last when I did it, like 90% of the convoke went into boss instead of the ad.
I've kind of
came
figured
from
that
the
out.
opposite direction.
I think the players actually convoke before the ad and then it just starts at the ad.
Yeah,
like triple starts at
using the Eclipse proc.
Yeah,
Eclipse stuff.
At least that's all on the ad.
Yeah, you get one target instead of multiple.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't think that's fucking wrong.
Beware.
Jump, guys.
Oh, what? You didn't fucking cast fucking spell!
Oh. Also before my flying crash comes off, hold on a sec.
Beware. 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 Beware.
Ah, I found my spot. Heal. Left. Okay. Right? No. Right. Gotta be right. Yeah. Left. Forward. Gotta be forward, right? Aha! I'm a winner.
Beware.
See there. See there.
Jump a few times. Stop.
Beware.
Why?
Beware.
Why? Alright. You were running too fast, though. I want to run slower than everybody.
I don't have any resources.
Beware.
You need weak auras? Oh, okay. Just cut up.
Beware.
Wipe it.
Free! I'm free! We almost killed one.
Beware.
Aha! One down.
Alright, here's a point
Beware.
of reference for you guys to notice. See these two waiters? You see how they came from circle and star. So those would be the two that we would pull in.
Fucking
and
kill
we
me,
would...
please. Kill me.
Yeah.
Beware. Beware.
Hey, I made it to the top.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize when my clan crashed that I lost both recores.
That is weird. It's the WTF folder. Save it. Yeah, I'm just gonna play a lot of random shit.
If someone could reshare them.
That Bray leash. Oh fuck. That does not help.
Thank you.
Hopefully someone over this one. It's inside. Res, please. Res, please. Please. Man. I mean, I can run back. Alright, well. So ridiculous. Like, just fucking cast a heal. Like, oh, now we're gonna do this. Like, what the fuck? So frustrating. Fucking hit the button.
things are starting to get better, guys. I mean, like that was the movement there for the Dark Saddle was a lot better. Just keep at it.
That first recital was pretty good. I think everyone went like at an appropriate speed. Getting there. I feel like this is going to be a lot of trial and error kind of bullshit minor things.
Alright. Go again.
Five, four,
Everybody stack up
3,
together.
2, 1.
Beware. Beware.
Very nice.
Beware.
Add 3.
Right side.
Beware.
Mistargeted.
You're not dancing. Enough.
Beware.
Now if we get in. Jump. Third. Enter.
Right. Ah. Back. Ah. Yeah. Front. Ah. Now front. It's gotta be front, right? It's gotta be front. Ooh. Boost.
Beware.
Jump.
30 seconds.
Taco wait. Alright,
Beware. Beware.
Very nice.
Beware. Beware.
No stones.
White guys.
You did it!
Kill one.
Beware.
Oh my god. I didn't make this far. Now I don't remember. I'm just gonna attack this guy.
Wipe it, don't run.
Yes.
Yeah, white drop the weed.
Don't interrupt the volley. No!
Beware.
Fuck no. We're gonna kill.
Beware.
We're making progress, guys.
Good.
Beware.
Better.
High five.
I have res on healers.
Come on back. Okay.
Why?
I rest the healers. Why would you run back?
Yeah, just fucking res.
This will literally save us 5 seconds.
Did you say I'm not
It's
a mobile
definitely
class?
Maybe.
Lara pants on fire. In this particular scenario, Pete's entire chair is flaming right now.
Might need a motivation speech from the Kaka.
Start calling people specifically to clear. So instead of just everybody just jump, except for the first one. First one will just be everybody.
We're spamming first.
Second, third, fourth, fifth, going forward. I'm gonna try to
Oh,
call
man.
people at a time. I'm gonna call 2 people, and then the other 3 people are just gonna clear when I say, okay, those are done. If you're not who I called, you're gonna clear. And what that means is the first 2 people for clearing, you just jump instantly. Yeah, so I'm gonna just call basically Seth rushing. And that means you 2 literally jump. And then afterwards I'm gonna say, okay, other 3 people, go. I'm not gonna call your name the second.
Cool. Sounds great. This kid is alright. Jamie, try settle. It's for scoring change to first roll.
Don't want to coordinate.
Drizdale, not try settle.
You get up? You look good.
Yeah, I hear you. I
Dong. Alright. Let's really? We should just stand.
Oh.
Oh god.
Come on, buddy. No, that wasn't keeping my fucking.
Beware.
everybody.
It's too hard for me to switch. Middle jumping.
Beware. Beware. Beware.
Ready for dance?
Now, in the Lord, you're gonna be the 2 we're gonna get done.
We missed out.
Beware.
You gotta slow it up some on it. Somebody's like racing way ahead, throwing everybody else off.
Oh no.
Beware.
Okay, we're doing kick rotation. Lush, Ruslan, Takaka in that order. Lush, Ruslan, Takaka. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Don't fuck it up. During the run, Osham, you're kicking during the run. Okay? We'll do Osham, then Thrax, then Osham. So Osham will get the first one on any run.
I mean, we're still engaged during the run, so we can still take 1, 2, 3s.
That's fine. Like, it's fine. It's just there was complaints about
extra
that
backup.
being a problem. So Osham is backup, I guess, because he's got the shortest kick order. Ruslan, yeah. So Lush, Ruslan, Dagak. I recommend you guys install one of the Castle Nathria Interrupt Weak or Anchor add-ons, whatever, if you want. LRD, Lush, Ruslan, Takaka. The backup rotation effectively is Osham and then Thrax. Because we're going to prioritize Osham because of the short kick.
Do all the bosses do this, guys, or just the first one?
Just Frida.
All bosses
So
do this.
make sure you have a focus. Make sure you have a focus kick. Actually, doesn't fucking matter. We're killing Frida first anyway.
Yeah, everybody should be focused on her anyways.
Afterwards, her image does it too.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you want to focus.
When her
You
image
definitely want to
appears,
focus kick.
yeah, when her image. So after we kill it, I didn't explain this part of the fight, but we're talking rotation. When her image dies, or when she actually dies, certain parts of the fight, her image will appear, and then we will also have drops on
Okay, we'll do something radical involving range kicks, because unless she's gonna spawn in.
No, she spawns close. She spawns close.
It's only one off though, so in that case, just stockpile her and interrupt her. I think I need to call her.
Yep.
Exactly.
I understand what you're saying, Lush. I'm just picking people I trust right now.
Oh, then why am I on there?
You're
Because
the third on the list.
To trust you.
You're third on the list, but also Dakaka. I mean, I've said this. Like, you will always do mechanics if it will wipe the raid if you don't. You're a DPSor, but you will not fuck up mechanics that will wipe the raid.
We are attempting to
You're
trust
my
you.
favorite version of DPSor.
Oh, I'm blushing.
Well, I'm trying to build a strong bond.
Oh, there you go. Vex and I climbing the mountain together.
Yes. You are the wind beneath my wings.
You guys are so dumb.
I legit, literally cried 10 minutes and I took a joke right out.
Alright, let's do this. Let's get another
And
pull in.
Lush is pointing out DK's doing all kinds of shit, but I'm running out of melee to give jobs to. Lush. And I want Osham because the short kick is back up basically.
Fuck yeah.
That's a different type of bomb.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Got enough bombs,
1.
hopefully.
Hitting the wrong.
Beware.
Everybody?
Beware. Beware.
10 and 5. Back.
Beware.
Jump once.
Down and jump.
Oh my god, what just fucking happened?
Just like.
I thought I fucked up. We got ran over.
Oh.
Beware.
Were you just calling out who had the dot on them, or did I?
No, I'm gonna be calling. No, sorry. As I said before, what I'm gonna be doing after the first one, I'm gonna start calling out the 2 people that will be doing the spam jumping.
Oh, okay. So you called my name and then you're like, wipe it anyway. I was like, all right.
Yeah, wipe it had nothing to do with you.
Okay, just making sure.
I was calling out the two people, and then I was like, wipe it.
Herb, what were you calling out?
He was calling out the dark thing, the stupid dot thing that pops up periodically that we have to jump for.
I was
Wait.
calling out. No, there was no.
No. He was asking what Erd called out. I don't know what Erd said.
No,
I didn't hear
Herb
it.
called out.
It's probably me. I said jump. I called dark recital. I said dance.
Okay, so dance, recital, and jump are very careful keywords that we need to be careful about because I think everybody jumped when Herb said jump. I think they're just trained to do it now.
Well, I said jump once because we said we were jumping once to begin with, like at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm gonna call out everybody the first time, and then I'm just gonna say everybody jump, and then afterwards I'm gonna specifically call two people. That's it. And that happens when those two people are done. You should be able to see on your weak aura that they're done. You should be able to, the rest of the three of you guys should be able to jump on your own.
Big boy pants.
Big boy pants. Exactly.
Boy pants. What is that?
5,
What is that
4,
even mean?
3, 2, 1.
Everybody jump.
Beware.
Looks like we just took.
No, I missed one.
Oh,
Okay.
Beware.
oh, that was the cut off. We said. Watch him just take first.
Oh my god! You got that far.
Someone two parts to the left there.
You got me. I'm gonna circle.
Beware.
My bad.
I wouldn't interrupt or anything. Just let the boss cast.
Just let the boss go.
Or keep interrupting.
Unfortunately, it's not.
I'll stay with you.
Beware.
Everyone jump, everybody jump, now, everybody. Jump, 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 jump.
Back, everyone.
Yay, wiping.
Everyone should try to stick to the order of the interrupted with someone with this, so you don't confuse.
Right.
It's hard to shift it on the fly. Someone obviously took mine, and it was fine. And I encourage people to interrupt if they have nothing better to do.
Also, yeah, if you're gonna miss one, just call it out so I can grab it. I've got a big red bar at the top of my screen, so when I notice it, I usually try to press the one button.
Since we're doing coordinated kicks now, the three of us, I'm assuming, are going to be kicking me at the beginning because there's no reason to cast unless we're trying to do something weird. So if you ever see it go past like the halfway bar, feel free to interrupt because that means someone's
Yeah. If you're not at official backup, then just use your interruption cooldown.
Oakley dokily. If I can just learn how to press buttons while running in a circle, that'd be great.
Skills.
Yeah, you guys want to be really get perfect at this because otherwise I'm gonna start calling people by name like Bob next, Paul next, Mary next, because I'm good. Nothing to do sitting over there except watch the counter go from 1 to 2 to 3 back to 1 above the head.
Oh damn, how did Vax know my name is Bob Paul Max?
Exactly.
Mary, excuse me.
Man, I've taken the bias training, so I always have to throw Mary in there.
I swear, this guy like does not listen to
How you guys? Never mind.
I'm nothing.
It's literally right outside the door.
I swear, this guy like does not listen.
I go by Jesus, by the way, for instance.
I apparently need to pick like really strange names.
Jesus el interruption. I don't know. I don't.
That's actually not bad.
So it's Lush.
5,
Jesus
4,
is-
3, 2.
In that order.
Jesus get next kick.
Jesus.
Sure, he's not making.
Beware.
What happened? Just jump, jump, jump. Everybody, sir.
It's fine.
But you mark it in the Lord.
Beware.
Okay, stuff up.
Beware.
Jesus.
Add some mount. No left.
Beware.
Start recital.
Takaka and Val, you're gonna be jumping.
No! Oh, that's being greedy. I'm bad.
Beware.
Eldron, my 2 cents is that people are
Beware.
doing like random things. Like I saw Steady kick it at like 0.2 seconds into the cast, like completely fucking instantly got it, which
Run in circle.
Wait, I wasn't the one that sent it interrupt on the cooldown.
Yeah, no, that was.
no, you
not-
told them like
not
if it gets past halfway, but
That was-
Steady took
that
that
was-
into like just spam kicks.
That was
No,
Lucius
Lucius
that
is the one
said
that
that.
said interrupt my
That
cooldown.
was first. That was
I
Lucius that
meant-
said that.
I
And
meant-
second, that is obviously what we need to be saying is if it's above 50 or 75%, it's okay. Other than that, don't fuck the rotation up. Like
Yeah, like
75%, that makes sense. 12% not make sense.
At the same time, as a kicker, if someone gets my interrupt, I'm just gonna hold on mine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It doesn't ruin the rotation.
It shouldn't ruin the rotation if the rotation people are 100% on top of it, but it's not a big deal.
Yep.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think
it's
that
not
the
a
problem
drama
with
bell. It's not a drama bell. It's just like there's lots to do in this fight, including killing things. If you're not Leash, Russian, or Dakaka, you could pretty much ignore kicks. Since we have Asham as backup, and we have Prax as backup. So just like kill stuff, and live, and heal, and dance, and jump, and all the other shit. And trust the 5 people we have assigned to kicks to get the kicks.
Yeah.
We're
Don't
supposed to
try
kill.
like- Yeah, we're supposed to kill stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Shit. Fuck.
So, no,
Doing this all wrong.
you cannot kick this bus to death.
Kick him
Which
hard.
doesn't
maybe.
make sense. I mean, that should do damage too.
It is doing damage. Almost 10,000 to every one of mine. But yeah, in that case, I think I interrupted out of order there. I missed
It was fine. Like I'm not saying it's any drama. It's just like I'm just checking that the 1, 2, 3 thing is working, and you guys were pretty much fine except like range and just diving in to help. And it wasn't just safe. So like all I'm saying is just like let those 5 guys that we've named look after this part of the fight for us. Unless Elderon says something
And I
Like-
won't in this case.
in mid-fight in terms of like OMG anybody get the next kick or something like that.
That. Unlikely, but it will potentially. Alright. Get into position. Get another pull.
Probably
Not wrong.
Oh, all right.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware. Beware. Beware.
Adds in 5. Now.
Back.
Beware.
Dark Sidle.
He backs him. Everybody else.
Beware.
That Dark Recital loves me.
Or just about 2 more, you gotta jump.
Stop jumping.
Oh. Weird, it actually disappeared from me for a minute.
Disappeared from my report.
Left!
I thought I'd already done it because there was nothing on my screen.
Left. Back.
I tend to jump around while I'm DPS anyway, so yeah.
Forward.
Beware.
Russian get that down. Okay, go. Now and alright, other 3 people.
Adam, left side.
Beware. Beware. Beware.
And look behind us. Braxton first. Jump.
Beware.
Brett, you can jump. Everybody else jump when you're done with the dance.
Beware.
Oh no.
And wipe it. Just wipe it.
We got waiters. DPS now.
Alright, you see the after image, guys? There you go, look at that.
Beware.
Okay, the after image has a different name, but
It's literally called
Beware.
after image.
It disappears after a few casts.
Oh, nice. You got forever or keep coming back?
Every 30 seconds also? I think it's every 30 seconds,
Oh
right?
Someone else will be I'm not like no.
You will be right.
yeah. I mean, I don't know about. Oh.
Beware.
Its focus doesn't work because the focus frame disappeared. She came back, I had massive focus there, which was good news. And then she disappeared again, and my focus frame disappeared. I don't know if she'll come back.
Dungeon Girl doesn't say anything about how long.
It looks like 3 casts.
Yeah, it does 3 casts, but I'm saying how long till she comes back.
I think it's every
You
30
can just make
seconds,
a
but it might be
macro
every minute.
You can just make a macro that only interrupts after
Slash
extension, that you don't have
tar.
to-
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you don't have to type /tar. You can just type /cast bracket at after image bracket.
I don't think
That
you can do
sometimes
at
doesn't
names.
work.
At names? I don't think work, right?
You could do /tar space after, and then it'll automatically tar anyone's name after.
Actually,
Since we're running into the second phase now, do you want to mark the other safe spot for Waltz of Blood?
You guys do that with a macro, by the way. That'll work. You go.
Yes.
Maybe.
That,
I think Lava's Diagram says the second configuration the safe spot is here.
Yeah, let me.
No. It's in this corner, right here.
Yeah, it's where you are. I'm just looking. I'm double checking. It's yeah, ish right.
Okay, cool.
Don't know when.
So he says that there are 5 configurations. 4 of the 5 times it's usually on this part right here.
It's approximately skull.
Yeah.
And then one of the times the safe zone, we have to move over to triangle, but I just don't know which one is the 5.
I think we'll have to eyeball it. It might be obvious when we look at it. Like, basically, if it's like obvious that we're not safe where we're standing, then we could.
Yeah, but when I was talking to Lava, he's like, he has no idea which one he's got.
Okay.
He's like, somehow the officers just fucking know, and he's like, I have no idea how.
Maybe
So it can't be that obvious.
Okay, we'll have to. We'll just figure it out. Maybe if we have a stream, if we stay on skull and we just die to waltz, then we'll just have to look at the stream and see what nuances there are to that configuration.
Alright. Get another one attempt in.
One attempt. You can do like 4.
I agree for
More like.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Everybody jump.
Beware. Beware.
Adding 3.
Beware.
Dark saddle.
Sadie and Asha. Sadie, jump. The rest of the 3 of you.
Beware.
Dakaka.
One Dakaka.
I know, I'm just looking.
Beware.
Jump.
Left. Back. Back. Back.
Let's keep going forward, please.
Back. Oh my god. Forward. Oh man. Alright.
I want forward. I always want forward.
That one person was like really good.
Drax and back.
Beware.
Thank everybody else.
Beware.
Wow, that's all I done. You only killed one person.
Add 5.
Beware.
Add 9. Adding back left.
Russian, please put the
Beware.
down. Urge and Dakaka, jump. Okay, everybody else. Jump.
Beware.
Trash, you got one.
No, he's good. He's good. He's good. Alright, thanks.
Okay, I'm taking cast.
Yep. My stick stabs me, but stick stabs.
Beware.
Rock stop.
Yep. Alright.
Pull in those waiters in the front. Kill them.
Beware.
Stop this bullshit.
Beware.
Not dead yet.
You're gonna have it for the rest of the fight.
That's Stavros mechanic.
This one looks like it
Beware.
would have been on skull.
Yeah.
This was a save on skull.
If you're going to watch the aerial thing, still makes sense. I think
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Beware.
No. So yeah. So Sadie, we should always have been in the same position.
No. What I'm trying to say is the V core always
Beware.
makes left when you're facing the
Kick
stick.
Baroness. Oh.
So when I turned around and DPS the raiders, my left is not the V core.
I understand, but
Beware.
so here's the thing. When we start looking at skull, and we're standing on where I am, which is triangle, looking at the front of the map, looking at the position up there.
This is, yeah.
Okay. When we kill the first boss, what happens is the second boss is going to go to where skull is essentially, and we're going to all be DPSing forward again. The two ads are going to get pulled in, and we're going to DPS those. The other waiters in the back, we will deal with in a little later. Then I'm going to call either we're going to do a big move to transition into the middle of the map to kill them all on top of each other, or we're just going to pull two more in and kill them. You're not supposed to turn around and DPS the waiters.
Okay.
We do another pull, we call him.
No, we're just going to call it.
Okay.
But this was great progress. First day. Obviously, mechanically, this is very different than heroic. That's okay.
I would suggest people that obviously didn't watch the videos, watch the videos.
Videos are very important.
Like I know some people aren't being in there, but like at the same time, like if you at least know kind of what you're walking into, you're gonna have a better mindset than walking in blind.
Most definitely.
We only got one boss down. We have 2 more to kill. So make sure you guys know at least what they're doing.
It says supposedly we got it to 89%.
Yeah, we downed the
one boss
second
down.
boss to 89%. Saying we killed 1 out of 3.
Oh, is that why it does that?
Yeah, right. It'll say the health percentage of the currently focused boss.
Yeah,
I
but
think it's always the case for council's style.
well, no, I understand that. Except one time when we got the first boss to 13 or something, it said we had wiped it 91. Maybe it must have been like the last boss that I had targeted or something. Is what DBM was counting.
Maybe that's the case. Yeah.
Well, when I get spam not being read, it says 1 boss down and 92% or whatever, or 89.
Right.
On that possible.
Yeah, so it said 89.
Yeah, it can tell when a boss goes down, but I don't know if it necessarily can tell which. I don't think it can tell which of the bosses has the lowest health, so it just relies on your targeting.
Yeah, it might be my targeting. That's.
The fight looks kind of fun with the dance and everything.
It's
It
just
is not really fun.
It's a constant mechanic check. It's easier than Zymox, but you have to still be paying attention to everything. Like Frida still comes back, so you have to still pay attention to interrupting her. When Stavros died, you still got Darker Sidle. When and obviously you still got to deal with. You got each of the mechanics still stick around. If you look at the guide that was linked, in the channel, it tells you what mechanics stay to.
I think what people don't like about it is that every mechanic you miss is potentially lethal.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just
I mean,
you can't.
It's Mythic. It should be.
Right.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying that's.
If you walk into Mythic, even out gearing it, they're like the major mechanic should kill you, even out gearing it.
Well, I mean, at this point, it's not about gearing it. next boss is always.
Yeah.
I mean, not all the tanks kill you, right? Like, there's not that many mechanical differences between this and Nathria. It's really only the jump.
No.
And yeah, you have to deal with the after image spells, but I mean, you've seen them before, and like the spells that they get off aren't even actually that lethal. The Dark Side has always been lethal. The free to cast is quite survivable. Just real burden off healers.
Yeah, it just depends on if he gets off at the wrong time too, like combo effect and stuff.
The dash, I haven't gotten stuck by the dash yet. I imagine I can survive one maybe.
We'll get there. It's just need people to like focus up a little bit. Obviously, it's first night, so we'll be okay. Just gotta put more time into it.
Yeah, the jumping thing is still making more sense because it's gonna be the entire fight. From other different mechanics. So I think we need to clean up the procedures for jumping.
Yeah, I think it should be like one jump immediately and then stagger.
Well, even then, I don't like that trigger, right? Like, like there's gonna be times when there are gonna be people that like are in half health, and if all five people jump at the same time, it's 25,000 damage exactly at the same time. So.
Good thing Vax isn't DPS, and that shit be going off all the time.
Hell yeah.
Wait, what? Oh,
but yeah, like I said, like.
Oh yeah.
Demon Hunter things.
I literally have to catch myself doing it too, because like once I start falling, I jump around.
No, that'd actually be safe for me because I'm like the fucking only melee on the planet that does not jump compulsively.
Does your infernal whatever proc it? Do you know?
Probably not.
I would think
not. I have an ability
either.
that blocks my movement and shoots me into the air, and that's not fun. But like I was saying, if we make it a rule that every time we get the jump mechanic, everybody jumps once immediately, people are gonna die. Like it's just gonna happen. So my concern is that we should probably like tune it to that a careful observer moderate health bars more specifically calls out the jumps and the jump the deal that jump.
I mean, the best time to do it would be before or after a what the fuck is her drain life fucking spell.
I think the problem it's pretty agnostic of exactly what's going on, right? I mean, like we need to make the decision in real time.
That level of granularity and coupling, though, is going to be so much of a drain on the person that they're going to be doing nothing else, and B, like you're not even able to call it that fast. It feels like it's just like look at the health bars. Like if someone is 5k or less, or really close to dying, like go chug for a second.
Yeah, I mean, like it needs to be a decision. Whether it's by someone that's attentive and can pay attention to things like this. I mean, we had a person in Duel to Your Mother that just looked at health bars and called out which people specifically went through the fucking wall.
Yeah, the job sucked.
It's actually very similar to that. So, yeah.
Did that job? That job sucked.
So it doesn't necessarily have to be a person even in the raid. It could be a
taking it back. I'm very busy all the way through the fight.
Like we can just like stream it in Discord, and one person can just look at health bars and call it.
I heard Vax is the perfect person for this.
He's tanking. He should be able to do it.
There's actually not that much going on.
That's what I'm saying.
From when lunges come and it's like, okay, I gotta like have a CD for lunge. There's really nothing else going on in that fight. I was literally, I was staring at the kicks and wondering. I was like, not just counting the orders, but also seeing who was cheating. Like, I guess I could put that time to something useful.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, we can have it so that the healers are basically like combat pro, and everyone can jump a little bit.
It's also
so you have a person like call out the initial like jumps.
It's also our ERT times are off today though. Also, like they were off like 10 or 15 seconds from what was probably due to the recent nerfs they did. Some of our healing cooldowns are a little bit off, or shielding cooldowns, whatever we call them.
And on that note, gentlemen,
no, good night.
What, Travis, going to bed early again?
Yeah,
I know, he's getting old. Old age kicking in.
Getting old.
I have to go
old
dull.
age kicking in already.
See you later.
Good night. Damn, savage, bro.
I try. I go feral every now and then, you know.
Yeah, I'm so excited for your house.
I know. That little like paint thing I did with it actually looks fucking good.
Yeah. So what's the
Really?
big day?
April 20th
Ew.
Nice.
is
nice.
the close of escrow.
Really?
But we did find actual internet out there, so I'm excited about that.
Nice.
That's kind of
Yep.
interesting.
I feel like if I was buying a house, I'd have to like check if you get network there before I bought it.
Well, I like rural. Don't get me wrong. Like I love the country, but I don't like country in Arizona. But at the same time, the house was a lot cheaper than living anywhere in the city. Like the house was like 210,000. Anything that was even coming close to it was over 300,000 in the city.
That's amazing, cost effective. Like that's really nice.
And it has solar panels, so.
Ooh, so you gotta go full survivalist, build like a barricade around the house, start to
Right.
stockpile
Well,
weapons.
technically, that's actually the first plan. It doesn't have a fence right now, so I'm building a block wall. So technically, I'm building a fence. Building my barricade, you know.
Block wall, eh?
Well, it's going to be blocked with wrought iron on it.
He said.
It'll look decorative. Then I got to do the security system and all that type of stuff. Cameras and all that stuff. I don't trust people enough, especially rural.
Oh, well,
We're close. We're close enough to a highway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're actually, it's in a community. I mean, the community's still being built and everything too. And my house is from 2006, so obviously it's older than some of the ones that are being built right now. But it was like, it's still in a decent size. I mean, but it's still small though. Like the town is like 12,000 people or something.
Yeah, I basically live in a town like that. The town I live in is about 12, 13,000 people. And I'm like 25 minutes from main city. So
Yeah, I'm about 20 minutes from the next biggest city, which is a little bit bigger than this one because I think they have like 50,000 or something there. And then it's an hour away from major city.
It's crazy.
Only like 25 minutes, like major city, like 2 million people. I
Yeah,
live in the city as well, so.
Yeah, that's what my girlfriend's dealing with right now. Is she has to drive an hour from there to work until she can transfer.
Yeah.
But she goes on maternity leave here in June anyway, so
Don't matter.
she'll be out for 4 months. Yeah, so she'll have plenty of time to
Is
find
that
out.
all you get for maternity leave? Is 4 months?
4 months, yeah. For that's well, she worked for Walmart, so that's what they give. It's only like I think like 16 weeks for government, like what the government requires.
That's retarded. In Canada, you get a year, and now they've made it
Or
so
not 60
you can,
weeks, 9 weeks, something like that. It's like a small, it's like
Yeah.
a very short amount of time.
you get 12 months in Canada, and then you can extend it to 18 if you want.
That's shared between parents, though.
Well,
The second, like if you extend it.
The military's
if you
actually starting to do
extend
that.
it, it's,
Time off too now.
it's not actually shared. They just basically they reduce your EI. So they give you like unemployment insurance basically. They give you 12 months of pay over 18 months instead.
It was a joke. I live in Canada. I don't pay EI.
Oh.
You want to talk on Discord, huh? My daughter's like crawling. She loves my microphone.
Sir,
My
don't you
headphones.
live in Red Deer or something?
I sure do. Yep.
Yeah, I live like 25 minutes out of Calgary.
Oh, where do you live?
Strathmore.
Ah, gotcha. I think my cousin lives there, or my aunt, whatever.
What do you eat, Munchie?
But yeah, I don't pay EI, but I own my own business, so I could never claim it anyway.
Yeah, I usually, I have to pay into EI, but the last time I actually took EI was when I was in school. Because, you know, apprenticeship, get paid to be in school.
Wow, that's pretty good. If I had a EI, I would take it when I could. There's really no point not to.
Take a pay cut and take EI, so. Because EI, I think, cap like $1,000 every 2 weeks, so. I could never live on that.
I think it's like a weird percentage of your total income. But yeah, it does have a cap.
Yeah, it's because my wife capped it out when she was on maternity. It was like $1,024 every 2 weeks or something like that. Because I think as soon as you make over 60,000 a year, it's Caps.
Now to strike.
Oh, we have lust. Man, I am tired today. I guess that's not surprising.
Now to strike.
No, bro. Tired. What's up, nerds?
Hello, nerd.
I think
Whoa.
I'm done with Apex, Greg.
That's offensive, Greg.
Come on, you want to do one with Velocity?
I'll play one more and then I'm done.
Why do you sound so quiet, Greg?
Because Jared wanted me to be quieter because he's taking up everything from my game.
He just changed his input sensitivity, that's all.
Gotcha.
Because I was hearing everything that I was doing twice. It's a pet peeve.
Weird.
I don't like I literally can't, my brain can't handle echoes. Like if I'm echoing on the phone with somebody, I can't talk, like I can't do anything, so.
Fair. Do you play with your speakers or something, Greg? It's really weird that it picks it up.
Greg opens up a crate and I would hear him open up a crate. Like 50% of the time.
Oh man, it's weird.
Yeah. Didn't pick up every crate, but just like when he wasn't talking.
Yeah, that would be frustrating. Understand. Probably only gonna play for a little bit tonight. I'm like fucking super tired because I've been up since like 6.
Fair. Jared is only gonna play one. He's done with Apex.
I'll probably play more than one, but yeah. Join.
What's Skylar doing? He's been online all night, but I haven't seen him.
No idea.
Weird.
Making a YouTube video, maybe?
Babes.
You want to play as the ranked? I guess we can play Olympus.
What's Olympus?
It's the map we were just on.
Oh. What do you guys want to do?
Don't care.
Me neither. I'm down for whatever.
All I did was get rid of this.
Oh, I changed the thing so you guys got hit ready.
This stupid character. Interesting. India wants to ban crypto. Interesting.
That's crazy.
Lots of governments are pretty angry about it.
Who's angry? What?
Cryptocurrency. India wants to ban it.
Oh. Yeah. Makes sense. Sounds like a country that would ban cryptocurrency. Surprised. Is China probably already banned it?
Did they?
I don't know. I feel like they did. Because it just seems like one of those countries, like, untraceable for cash. Probably not something China... They probably didn't ban it, though, because they're probably the businesses are just too big, but I don't know. China's a weird place. They're like communist, but anything that it makes them enough money,
Good
they're like,
initiative,
we're not communist anymore.
That's fair. To be fair, they only go after the like billionaires or millionaires that like say anything bad about the government.
Yeah.
You
I
have
don't know.
jump
They ca-
test, by the way, Jared.
I know, I'm just going to this.
Oh.
Hold on tight.
That was
The,
good.
during like COVID happened like a month before everyone thought COVID happened because their government kept under wraps trying to get because like they tried to figure out how much damage it would do.
There's a group landing.
There's, like,
with us? Oh fuck, there's tons of
I'm
groups.
going.
Sounds good. I'm behind you.
Oh, I closed the door. Sorry.
It's all good.
All right, everyone but them.
Oh. I was like, someone hit up. He has no health. I have to reload.
Yeah, I know. We had an R90 line. Nice.
I need help. Oh, I found a help kit. I'm sure his team's gonna come, so be ready.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just gonna close all the doors so no one will come.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yes, that is me. Yep.
So
Oh, I just got scanned.
the one door that isn't.
Yep, people shoot me. Oh, they're inside.
I'm coming around the back and trying to stop them. Oh, I missed every door though.
What on low?
Danger close.
Oh, look at that grenade.
Give me a sec. Recharge the shield.
That was pro grenade right there. All skill. And by skill, I mean fucking accident.
That's skill though. There's
That-
that kid
that's-
there.
Yeah,
There's
I don't know. Oh, here, Greg.
A little low on.
Oh god, wrong thing.
All low, but.
There's a med kit behind you.
Faking him out with a decoy.
I broke both of them.
Yeah, I'm on my way.
minute, amigo.
I only hit him for 4 seconds.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I got peeked.
Spotted. Double timing it.
I'm gonna come res.
He's coming.
You'll be alright. We got you.
I have like no ammo, so.
Oh.
Where's Greg?
I'm right here. I have no ammo.
Getting shot at. Downed an enemy.
Punch him, Greg.
Pay attention, gang. Not far from the ring. Sending out another mean.
Superman.
Slid so slow there. I was like,
I did.
Yeah, I like how you like Michael Jackson in there.
Yeah, right. Yeah. What's the bad song?
Exactly.
I don't even know the lyrics to bad guy.
alright, I'll play one more. That was fun.
Oh man, my guy took off his fucking leg. Shit. Yes, apparently the skin also has robot legs. Didn't know. Did not know. I wonder if all my stream titles change their
You want me to look?
look. I can open them all.
Too hard. I think I have
Probably
you
not
open
though.
that.
My stream titles change their no, they didn't. It's so frustrating. I wish they would. It's probably faster to just like